Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
That was a good one, Liam. Well done. Before we get started on tonight's chaos, because we've missed you guys these past 2 weeks, we had the fantastic Honey Heist, all Honey Heists in its place last week. Everyone did a great job on that one. But now we're back to see what's going to happen here. We left it a little chaotic last time. But before we get to that, we have some announcements to get through, starting with our fantastic returning sponsors of Campaign 2, D&D Beyond. Sam.
Yes, D&D Beyond tonight, guys, sent a lot of talking points. This is not I'm happy to honor our sponsor and read all of these talking points, but it's a lot. So I'm not going to really do a bit as much as just read them. I have to spice it up a little bit, so you guys all know that I'm a master of impersonations and impressions. And I thought, who better to impersonate than the people right here at this table? So I won't be reading these talking points. Maybe Matt will. PAX Unplugged is this. I can't see. I didn't rehearse this. PAX Unplugged this weekend. Fuck! PAX Unplugged is this weekend, and D&D Beyond will be there. So bring your sigils and long flowing hair, because D&D Beyond will have tables set up outside of the Adventurers League gameplay area. Come and say hi. Oh, but take it away, Travis.
Oh, wow.
I love sports games, and guess what? D&D Beyond will be running a role-play roulette one-shot on the PAX main stage, which is kind of like football, yuck, yuck. Marisha says,
Oh, God.
so like, sorry, I don't have a good Marisha. So like, you can get more information about the one-shot on unplugged.paxsite.com or whatever. I'm cool, I guess. It's weird being next to all these old guys from like the 80s or whatever.
I'll let that one fly. Yeah.
Liam will take over. I can't read this. The one-shot game description is, want to know what happens when a group of D&D luminaries come together to play a completely random characters? So do we. Come join the fun as players create characters at the table during the event using D&D Beyond's randomized feature to improvise their way through classic Dungeons & Dragons adventure. The event will be from 1:30 to 2:30 Eastern Time on Saturday. Next one. And look, it's Sam Riegel. Hey, look at me. I need constant attention. Also, D&D Beyond launched their new show, Heroes of the Veil, this week. Join DM Mike Merles with players TJ Storm, Todd Kendrick, Shelly Manzanoble, and more in this new show set in the Natir Vale. I'm an egomaniac. Laura has to add on to that.
Oh, God. Why?
Oh, check out Heroes of the Veil. Why would she be British?
I don't know.
Check out Heroes of the Veil every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/D&D Beyond. And follow at D&D Beyond for more info. My dice addiction is becoming a problem. And finally, last but not least, Taliesin says... He says, non bagno te, bagno il tue cuore, c'è sempre più tu mio posse amare, sempre parere D&D Beyond. He's a crazy figure from Greek legend.
So much weight since that picture.
Oh,
Lord.
guys, I hope that some of that was...
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Sam.
We'll also post this in text form somewhere, because I don't think anyone was listening.
There is some good stuff in there.
There's some great stuff, and you should check it out.
And like the Heroes of the Veil thing is actually was friend of the show, TJ Storm, Todd Kendrick also. Merles is amazing. I've had the opportunity to play with him a couple times, and he's a fantastic DM. So super excited they're actually putting that show together.
Check them out at PAX Unplugged. This
Yes.
week.
Oh, and Shelly's in there too. That's right. Awesome. So check that out. All right, thank you, Sam.
Man.
All right. Also, while we're on the topic of Sam, you can check out Sam's recent fireside chat we had earlier this week.
And his eyes.
It was unlocked. He did have his eyes. It was unlocked because of your guys' fantastic contributions to Pavlov's charity that we ran this past month or two ago. You can check it out now at youtube.com/criticalrole. And through the month of November, we're still raising money for Travis's favorite charity.
Yes,
Operation Supply Drop.
Yes, Operation Supply Drop supports military members and their families, active duty and veterans, and their transition back into civilian life. They are a fantastic charity. Love to all of our brothers and sisters in the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, U.S. Coast Guard, all of the branches. We've got so much love for you guys. We have already reached our goal, but you still have time to donate. You can get all of the details at critroll.com/OSD, and very soon we will have a first-person shooter with me, either doing very, very well or really, really sucking and screaming like a little girl. So please donate, share, tell your friends and family. It's almost the end of November, and giving a love to all of our brothers and sisters in the armed forces.
Thank you. Another fun thing, so we've teamed up with our good friend Patrick Rothfuss and his fantastic charity World Builders to create a special set of Vox Machina single-use buff cards that can be used for your own home games. And I ask all you Dungeon Masters out there, if one of your players brings one of these to the table, to the best of your ability, please allow it the one use the card allows, because if not, you hate charitable things and you're a terrible person. They pay good money to help good people to use these cards. And if your DM won't let you, you let me know.
Whoa.
But like for an
Roll an intimidation.
Turned on.
Does the DM get to keep the ticket if you spend it? Is the question.
an 8. That's on par for me, I think. I'm
Fire at 15.
not for me. I'm not an intimidating sort.
You lead with your
Yeah. Persuasion I can do. Like for an example, we have the Grog card, where a player of any character can rage once during a combat, regardless of their class, because you want to.
Yeah, you've got rage.
Or we have the Vex card, allows you a charisma boost to a persuasion check, because you're winking and it improves it dramatically. But for every $10 you donate, you'll be entered to win one of these cards. All proceeds go to the Hafer Foundation, who provide long-term solutions for people in need in ways that help those individuals prosper and in turn support their communities. For more info and to donate to be a part of this, check out http://bit.ly/WBDND. So one more time, that's, you can put in just bit.ly/WBDND.
WBD&D.
Exactly. So excited to be working with Patrick on that.
So good.
And I think you had another announcement you want to make with us?
I do. So look at the store on Monday. There's gonna be some stuff going up, but
What stuff?
there's some stuff. But this is one of them. I wanted to tease you guys. Oh, it's our official
God.
Tusk Love notebook
Whoa.
with art lovingly done by Orc Barbies on Twitter. Yeah, I am in love with this.
So
In love with this.
Good.
Carry
So hot.
around your own fabulous romance
So
novel,
hot.
and then make your own notes in it.
It's so
The
cool.
author's
that gesture
pretty
on the
cool
cover?
too.
Of course it is.
And who's the gentleman?
A beautiful Oscar.
Oscar.
And Jester.
Wait, who does it say it was written by?
It says it was written by Matilda Mercuria.
That's his pen name.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's pretty great.
Well, thank you for that. Excited to see that go up.
Amazing.
I might use that tonight.
I think that's all we have for announcements. So, with that, my friends, let's jump in to tonight's episode of Critical Role. Welcome back, everyone.
Just your mouth. Just your mouth. You had two noses.
Oh, it's your noses. There we go. That's try this. Oh, thank you, Sam, for that nightmare fuel.
I thought it would look weird.
All right. So, last we left off, the Mighty Nein had allied themselves with Captain Avantika of the Squall Eater, a pirate making her way through the Slovene Islands in search of ways to unlock this entity that she was fanatically obsessed with, this Ukatoa, which was revealed to be the patron to Ford's abilities. After retrieving one of these sought-after orbs from this long reused temple by the snake folk on the island, and apparently unlocking one of these seals, you made your way back to Darktow on her ship, did a bit of piracy, arrived, were introduced to the Plank King, who looks over the Revelry, the band of pirates that kind of helm this side, of the Lucidian Ocean. You then decided to have a plan to break into the Squall Eater at night while everyone was at rest, or some of you were at rest, some were distracting the captain. In doing so, you managed to uncover what looked to be a well-hidden journal of Avantika that was written in some sort of a cipher.
A journal?
Kind of like a journal. Didn't quite look like that, but had artistic interpretation. Your entrance was solid. Your exit left a couple of signs of disturbance, but nothing implicating. You returned, and through the evening and the luck of a ridiculous roll, you managed to, via Caleb, break the cipher on it after knowing what information was there through your spell, and write a cipher to allow anybody to read the contents of this journal and see what's within. However, the morning in which you awoke, you discovered that the crew, at least, had seemed to notice that all these strange events through the night and the ransacked chamber pointed to some tomfoolery, and you were all asked to make your way to the shipyard to meet with Avantika and the crew on the Squall Eater. With not far behind you on the docks, the rest of the crew, the Mistake, being brought as well. Upon you stepping up and encountering this moment of tension, it seems that through Vera's glance through some form of divination magic, while some people have guarding objects or items against themselves being sought through divination, certain objects in pockets are not free of it. And they glanced over in Caleb's direction, and in that moment, you cast Wall of Fire. So before we get too far into this, I need you to place your Wall of Fire for me, please, on this battlefield.
Take your time.
Can it go up things?
20 feet tall. I can choose which side of the wall burns, 10 feet reach, and which side does not.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah.
The longer
This
you
table
take,
can't bear my weight.
Yes, it can.
It can too, because we all got on the table for Sam's one shot.
Now available on YouTube, guys.
While you're doing this,
Risha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Go,
Thank
that's
you.
going in.
the announcements are complete.
So, I don't know how I would make it go on an angle without causing problems.
we'll just assume it covers that, right? Yeah.
Best you can.
Best I can.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh God.
Oh, you're creating a U?
Is that possible?
Well, this isn't what I imagine in my head, but we are standing where we are standing, so I'm going with what I see.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig it.
You would. Okay, I want that to go like that, but it's not going.
show
I
is
trust
just
you.
this.
Okay.
This is it. This is the
I'm
entire
finding
thing.
this
Oh
very
my
calming.
lord.
It's actually really cool looking.
I would like the last one to be on this gentleman,
Okay. So we'll place it here.
leaving room to get to this gangway.
Okay. I'll
But
place
he's
it
a burner.
there
Yeah, and that's
And
going
say
like
that
this.
he is currently
Ablaze.
and
in.
this,
Oh.
I'm seeing this like to there.
Right.
Also allowing access to both the gangplanks.
That was amazing. Operation ever. Alrighty. meticulous placement be damned.
Someone's getting Velcro in their stocking.
Yeah.
I can't make them stick, man.
It's fine. Liam, leave it. Leave it alone. You've lost your point. You've lost miniature privileges.
It's already dead.
There.
He was there too. He was there. He just caught the mask.
Final moment. And we lost one of them up top too.
This.
Fucking real D&D people.
All right. There we
So
go.
it went better in rehearsal.
Sure. That'll do.
Perfect.
But we all know the gang. I'm not going to touch it. The gangplanks are
lost-
open.
We lost the guy on top. Wasn't there a guy on
Right
top?
here
Oh, I
behind
see him.
Avantika, right?
Oh,
That's
I
right.
see,
He's
I
just
see.
out of your line of sight.
Yeah.
There we go.
Got it. Okay.
Perfect. Now, meticulously, carefully placed to not waste anyone's time.
Oh my god.
So, at that moment, you all, noticing this moment of tension, you watch as there's a flash from Caleb's hands. Figures, their eyes dart in his direction as he finishes releasing his arms and firing out of the actual deck of the ship. You see a 20-foot tall, high wall of roaring flame and fire just burn around in a U shape, encompassing the exterior. You can feel the heat on you, but it's not so intense as to hurt. However, I need you to go ahead and roll damage for...
It's 10-foot reach on the outside of this thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's 5d8 fire damage if you don't mind.
On the burn side? Within
Outside. I choose the side, so clearly I'm not going to burn
anyone within
us.
10 feet of the outside gets 5d8?
Fucking rad. Kill some bitches.
7.
I don't know why I didn't expect it to be that amazing.
Okay, 11. Bad rolls. 17 total. Fine.
17 points?
That's fine. That's fine. That's a good
All
start.
right. So that's a success for the dwarf over there. He takes...
1, a 2, and a 3 were the first 3 rolls.
That's a shame. All right, so we'll put that in 8 damage for him.
That's a shame.
For Boulder Gut, that is a failure.
Also, to toss out, the flames are opaque, so they cannot be seen through.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so 17 to Boulder Gut. To the guy, it got put on directly. That's a failure on his point. He takes a full 17 points of damage. The guy who's guarding the other plank there, it's a failure on him. He takes 17. Avantika fails the natural 1. Avantika takes a full 17. And then we have the guy over there. He fails the 3. He takes another 17. And then Vera rolls a natural 20. Vera's right there.
Okay.
So Vera takes the 8. All right. Now that the wall of fire is in place, crackling around you, blackening the surface of the deck, the roaring of its sound is roll initiative, please.
Advantage for Yasha.
I pre-rolled initiative for the guys here to keep it going, so 25 to 20.
Hang on. 24.
All right. All right. 20 to 15, anybody?
Yasha has a 15.
Oh, I'm 19.
19. All right, we have Jester and Yasha.
Wait, so Bo, Jester, Yasha?
Yeah. That's great.
15 to 10.
Yeah.
12.
12.
Oh, 11 for Ford.
Forward at 11.
And you had a what?
12.
Already.
Forward.
Bo, Jester, Yasha, Caduceus, Ford.
Already. 10 to 5.
8.
8.
Yeah.
All right.
What the hell is your name? Caleb, that's right.
I'm so nervous.
What are our names?
Would not roll.
Some of them rolled pretty low
Oh, shoot.
initiative.
I'm a 9. I didn't say it. Sorry.
Oh, there we
So
go.
you're above Caleb. Thanks for fucking up everybody's
Sorry.
list.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm nervous, guys.
Why is there only 6?
That's all right. So, top of the combat rounds, the flames are crackling around. You hear screams from crewmen that are too close and having to pull back, and someone starts shouting, "Fire!" off to the side. You can see from this side of the docks. Bo, you're up first. What are you doing?
I can see your pulse in your neck.
Can you? I'm dying.
What you
I
got,
might be
Bo?
having a heart attack. Bo yells, reaches around and kind of scuffles around to Caleb and goes, "Give me the notebook. I'm sticking with the plan."
Okay.
Are you gonna grab it from him or?
Yes. gonna grab it from you.
Okay, so it's
All right, so you move over
wedged
to
into
Caleb.
my belt. Yeah. Okay.
Oh god.
And then I look at Jester.
This is like the most precarious operation game ever.
Isn't it though?
We need tweezers.
That's fine. That'll work.
Chopsticks.
And I can't hold a movement, right? I can only
No,
hold
only
an
an
action. Was taking the book an action?
I'll say running up to him and then going, give me the book, him rummaging through it, or you helping him rummage through it and grab it. I'll
Okay.
consider that an action, because that takes a few seconds to do.
Okay. And
It is something
then
he had ready. So that you've moved 15 feet to get over there, done your action.
how far away is Jester from me now?
Jester was right next to you when you started.
I run back to Jester.
Okay, run back to Jester. That's another 15 feet, so that's 30 foot of your movement.
And I say, let's get out of here.
Oh, okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay, all right, that finishes Bo's go. Avantika's up next.
Done patient defense. I should have done it.
All right.
She can't see in here, I think.
She cannot see. But what she can do is control water.
Oh!
So, seeing these flames happen, she pulls back, closes her eyes for a second, and raises her scarred hand where the sphere that she unlocked Ukatoa with is raised up. At that point, you watch as the water from the ocean begins to rise up.
Oh. Oh.
All right.
Oh god!
It's a fourth level spell.
Of this
So I need you to
campaign?
roll.
I know.
Oh,
and it's
boy.
a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Where'd you go?
I rolled a 14 and a 19. She fails.
She does.
I'm going to die tonight.
2 weeks of tension being released.
Orgasm is all under the table right now.
Holy shit! So you watch as the ocean begins to swell upwards. Avantika raises her arm, but you see the wall. The walls are opaque. Can you see through the walls?
Can I hear her go sham nam yum nam nam?
Make a perception check.
This is a fair point.
This is a fair point.
Natural 20 and a 16 plus. Perception. The lowest roll was a 19.
I like that you don't know where your perception is right now.
I never.
Yeah, it doesn't require you
What's his
to.
alphabet?
It doesn't require you to have seen the person. You know the spell's happening. You know the direction of the person. You rolled a high enough perception. I'll allow it. So as you hear her chanting beneath her breath and you hear the wave rising, you glance over in the direction, and you, having an instinctual affinity with flames and fire, can just barely see the darkened shape of her on the opposite side of the flames being warped by the light. Using that moment, you whoosh, put your hand forward and release the destructive pattern of your counterspell. And with that, the swelling ocean splatters back down to the surface.
Oh my god. Now you can die happy.
As that happens, you hear her go,
Doctor Strange now.
melt! And she begins to back up over to here onto the side and start shouting, Vera!
Oh no.
Okay.
That's going to end her turn, because that was her
I wonder how
action.
many times she can do that.
Jester.
Okay.
Oh, one.
Okay. So I remember we went to the Plant King and we took the path to get to him. How far away is the base of his mountain, his stairs?
From where you are right now, it's probably about, I'd say, somewhere between 12 and 1,500 feet, maybe?
Okay, can I get 500 feet on the path to there with Dimension Door? I grab Bo around the waist and say, come with me!
I hold
And
my
I
breath.
cast Dimension Door.
Okay.
10 feet above the ground. I say, get ready to land, so
Okay.
that I don't land on a person.
Okay. All right. So, with that, wow, this is a look.
Oh god.
All right. Bo and Jester vanish from sight in a puff
Bye, Felicia.
of purplish pink smoke. They both are gone. All right, that's your action.
Yes.
You suddenly find yourself appearing in the center of a cobblestone street with the bloated cup maybe about 2 or 3 blocks up that way, and the familiar path you know that you took, hooking around the side that led you to the throne roost.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
You also do notice now at this point that there are some folks and some of the Revelry Watch that are now kind of glancing over the very bright inferno that is the beacon of flame over there in the shipyard, and you just appear out of nowhere, and there's like 2 of them that kind of look over in your direction, just noticing you appear. That's all. They don't. That's all that happens.
Okay.
You still have your movement, your bonus.
I'm going to start moving towards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I start moving towards the planking.
Okay. Good to know. That finishes Jester's go. Yasha's up.
Yasha. What is she doing again? Wow, my brain is so scrambled.
I know it's hard to think right now.
Is she?
So you're down 2 party members in the middle of a U of flames.
Yeah. She's over here, right?
Yeah.
Is this her? Okay.
That's like 2 hours of online research about control water and wall of fire and interactions. Completely mute. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Good game.
Good game.
We're getting the fuck out, right?
What are you doing, Yasha?
Yasha is going to use her movement to run off. She would like to. Is she raging? She's gonna.
If she doesn't make an attack and
she
isn't
doesn't get
attacked,
hit, it drops.
she loses her rage.
She will use her movement to head towards the side of the ship and try to exit the craft. And let's
Okay.
see how far we get.
Okay, she scoots by the one guy who's currently, so that'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 right there.
And 40 is her speed.
So she can get there.
Okay.
As she swings by, the one guy that's currently in the wall of fire is like, shit! And he glances out the corner of his eye and sees her go by, and he gets one attack opportunity swinging at her.
Okay.
As she streaks through the space. That's going to be a 15 to hit.
Oh, it hits.
Okay. So as he, in an errant backhand swing, she's got immediate hit points though. That's going to be 8 points of slashing damage to Yasha as she rushes past.
Great. She will use her. She will use her bonus action to rage.
Okay.
Yep. And that will be her turn.
She's not going to do anything with that action? She can dash with her action and move again if you're trying to get her to move.
Oh yeah, double dash.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
A little frazzled. I was just
the
so
way out?
happy.
That way?
Yeah.
Okay.
By 40, what's her movement? 40,
40,
right?
Yeah,
that's as far
and
as she
bonus
gets
to
right there.
Rajay.
All right. This as she charges past, that guard sees her running and goes like, "Wait!" And this like kind of this is a huge distraction now. This person here who saw all of a sudden the flames erupt, who is part of Avantika's crew, one of the crew members, is going to go ahead and take an attack of opportunity at her as well. She runs past. She is raging though, so she takes half damage. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Hits.
She takes be another 8 damage, but it's reduced to 4.
Okay.
That finishes Yasha's go. Caduceus, you're up.
Okay. I just saw that we are running apparently.
You just see Yasha run past you, look over, and you watch as Bo and Jester just pling, they're gone.
Well, okay. Okay, I'm gonna see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna follow Yasha. That's apparently the way we're. That's apparently the way. How much distance can I cover? How close to her can I get?
We'll find out. Movement 30 if you're rushing past her.
Yeah. Is there an easier way off the? Is that the easiest way off the boat?
There's 2 ways, or there's 3 ways off the boat. There's either this gangplank, which is closer to you, this gangplank, which is further from you, but generally will meet the same distance, or jumping in the water.
Yeah, whichever way gets me closer to her.
Such a fan of the water, though, Taliesin. It's
I'm
done you
learning.
So
I'm
right.
learning.
10, 15, 20, 35. A 30
30.
Get you halfway on the plank there.
Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that other 30 for now then.
All right.
Also.
5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Right behind Yasha.
That character is not going to attack opportunity on you because they already used a reaction to
Already used my
hit
reaction. Yeah. I'm gonna hold there
Okay.
for now.
Okay. That finishes your turn. Now it's Ford. Aside from Avantika, the rest of them rolled piss poor initiative, which is to your advantage.
There we go. Okay. Ford is going to. Am I just standing right next to Caleb?
You are currently, yes.
Okay.
And as far as wall of fire goes, and checking the damage on that, is it at the top of their turn?
Are you asking? You're asking me.
Yes. The end of
If
each
they
turn.
end their turn, or the first time it hits them.
First time they enter it.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, good to know. So if they don't leave that area,
The wall for the first time on a turn, or ends its turn there.
got you. All right, cool. Thank you.
I am going to use my movement to make sure that I walk up and put a hand on Caleb's shoulder. And I am going to hold Thunderstep until Not moves.
So you're going to begin casting Thunderstep.
But look at Not and wait.
So you're readying it as a spell.
Readying it as a spell, yeah. The second he moves.
To trigger the instant Not moves.
Yes.
You've got it. Okay.
Moves or clears the.
Just yes, it's like just as if he moves, yeah.
Gotcha. He said moves.
He definitely moves.
All right, that finishes your go. Now it's Boulder Gut's turn. Boulder Gut, angry about the flames, goes, "Ugh!" Just kind of angry, looking about, kind of batting at them a little bit with her arm, goes and steps through the wall.
Shit. So she takes the damage. Again, roll another 5d8.
Okay.
But is going to step into the space where the flames are no longer touching her, and on the outside it's not burning.
24 that time.
Roll a fire on that. Yeah, they don't get a saving throw by walking through it, so just take straight damage. So what's the damage on that?
24.
25. So Boulder Gut comes through singed.
You see as like bits of her hair are kind of curled up and red at the tips from where elements of it have turned to ember. And just kind of takes a giant swing with her two-handed great club at you.
It's gonna hit.
Yeah, that is. That's a 23 to hit.
Absolutely.
All right, so with that, that's 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
So go make a consultation.
And it's a 10, right? Because half
Correct.
of 15.
It's half
okay.
or 10, whichever's higher.
Okay.
So Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. At disadvantage.
Only ability checks are disadvantage, not saving throws.
Oh, saving throw? Well, I rolled it
Well,
twice.
then roll one. Just roll one more time.
Yeah, straight. Oh, so they were both pretty good. Natural 20.
Okay.
Fun.
Fantastic. So she swings with her second attack.
Second attack.
Jesus Christ.
That is 19 hit.
Hits, yeah.
That, ooh. 17 points of damage.
Okay.
So another DC 10. So make another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's balls. That is con save. Just a 7, so I fail.
7.
What was your initiative?
The flames.
Flicker out as the concentration is abruptly broken by the ogre that stepped through the firewall and twice bashed. There we go. Holding on to Caleb right there.
Okay.
All plans go wrong, guys. It's okay. It's okay.
It's, we
look, contact
anticipated
with the
this.
enemy.
We still got 2
anticipated
clerics somewhere in the world.
That ends Boulder Gut's turn. Now that comes to Not and Vera going at the same time on the same initiative count. You have a higher dexterity than Vera, so I'm letting you go first.
Not is going to stick with the plan and run towards that gangplank and get out of dodge.
5, 10, 15,
You're triggering your Thunderstep.
15. Are you going down the gangplank?
Yeah, as soon as I sort of crest it, when I get up there, they're gone by that point, right?
Well, so what do you do now? You do
3d10 damage, and we
in what radius?
within 10 feet.
Then 10 feet, so that will get Boulder Gut. It won't get anybody else. After slamming her club twice into Caleb, you're like holding his shoulder as the impact is causing him to nearly crumple against you. You lift him up under the arm right as the spell finishes, and
18 points of thunder damage, and Caleb and I will disappear and reappear 90 feet in the direction of the base of the hill.
You are over here.
all right.
Who's
So,
on the ship?
with a loud, heavy burst of thunder,
It's
impacts
just me now, right? Okay.
crackling through the air surrounding the shipyard, and with that, both Caleb and Ford vanish and reappear across the distance, landing on the creaking wood of the old rickety dock. Hearing the footsteps behind you of Caduceus and Yasha trying to catch up, the guard all looking confused at what's transpiring, and a little ways down the way you can see there's maybe about 5 or 6 other guard that are walking alongside the rest of the crew, the Mistake, that are all kind of stopping and seeing what's going on here. So that's the end of your go. You still have 15 feet of movement.
Yeah, I will. Not will continue to run down that gang. Actually, oh, sorry. No. As she gets to the top of the gangplank, she's going to turn around and just nail Vera with a bolt.
Okay.
It's so pumped.
Roll for an attack.
I don't think it's sneak attack or anything.
It's not.
It's only a 12. No, 14 to hit.
14. Needed a 15. Yeah, the mage armor manages to deflect it.
All right. Well, then I'll just keep running down the plank, and then use bonus action to dash another 30 feet.
All right. You're right before Yasha.
All right. With that, Vera is going to take her turn.
This is where shit might get weird.
Vera
Steps up the side. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and is now
up on the top of the ship, glancing over as everyone charges past. She raises her arm. Come, great serpent of the sea! What? And she raises her hand above and brings her fingers together into a fist. As she brings it down slowly, like there's force against her fist, you watch as this white cloud begins to appear, and hailstone-like shards of ice begin to just pelt down onto the dock below, into this radius right here.
Yep.
It does manage to get the guard as well.
I was about to say they're gonna hit the guard. Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, good. Gonna piss that guard off.
but what that does is it also turns this area into rough terrain.
Whoa.
Until the end of her next turn. He's there. You guys are all here.
Does the cloud remain in the sky?
Hurt us?
No, but
The cloud has vanished now.
Okay, so it was a one-time.
However,
Okay.
I need you all
damage.
To make. Here we go. This is an ice storm spell. Dexterity saving throw from the 3 of you, please. If you don't mind.
19 for me.
success for you.
20 for me.
Whoa.
Success for you, and roll for Yasha as well, if you don't mind.
Yasha has
What?
to roll.
What? What am I rolling?
Dexterity save.
She gets advantage on those.
I've never seen Travis this nervous before.
I'm so flustered.
My heart is fucking racing
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm not okay.
That's a 11 for Yasha.
Yasha fails.
Okay.
Yasha takes 22 points of cold damage.
Okay.
That's 11 points to Caduceus and Not. Although none to you because you succeeded and you have evasion. So you take none.
Oh, tiny.
11
Is
points.
that how that works? Wow, cool.
Yeah, that's what rogues can do, buddy.
rogue.
Yeah, whenever you have to make a dex save against an effect, take half damage. If you succeed, you take no damage. If you fail, you take half.
Matt, can I use
Should
that?
read your character sheet.
Flashback to episode 3.
Can I do the
rogue
fanatical
stuff.
focus?
There we go.
Yes, you may.
I'm gonna do the fanatical focus once per day.
Just get to reroll that
saving
once.
throw. 19 plus 2.
Okay,
is
so she only
21.
takes 11.
Much.
However, everything in this for the next round is difficult terrain, as there's now giant hailstones and sleet slipped all across the
Is that
rickety
half
docks.
movement?
Yes.
Okay.
That's going to go ahead and end Vera's go. Now it comes to Caleb,
Yeah, okay.
hanging over here on the
Are
side.
there any crates or anything around on the dock that look liftable from catapult?
There are 2 chests off to the side there.
Okay, if they look light enough, I will throw one up into the air at Avantika's head.
Okay.
Oh.
Go for the roll on that.
Yeah.
Throw ice?
At least you throw on one of the chests over here.
one of the chests.
No.
Oh, one of-
I am going instead to cast Expeditious Retreat on myself, and at the same time change the focus on my Transmuter Stone to Constitution buff.
Okay.
And that's it. And I'm going to jet back 90 feet.
Yeah.
90 feet?
So you dart forward across the guards that are there watching this happen with the rest of the crew, the mistake. You just kind of zip past them, this blur, flash-like entity. They all kind of get pushed back from the impact as you push through. All right.
That's it.
That finishes your turn. Now it's the guards.
The guards.
Did that guard take damage?
That guard did take damage.
Okay.
And he's looking real rough. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and back up out of the middle of the sleet, make his way this way. And he just looks kind of dazed and is trying to figure out what's going on and where to ally himself with. You guys go running off the side after the flames are down. They're gonna go ahead and give chase. This guard's gonna rush up here, and this guard's gonna rush up here.
Chase of who?
They're not attacking, but they're coming out towards you and saying, "Stop! Stop! Halt!" And they're just like shouting towards you guys to stop. The rest of the guards are going to push forward and start making their way
Tripping out.
up this direction, and they're now catching up. 4 of them are going up towards Ford, and one of them is going back towards Caleb. And so they're starting to kind of gather, and they're kind of putting up their hands like, do not flee. Like they're not talking yet, but you can see their physicality is like, we don't know what's happening, but don't you go anywhere.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't dream of it.
That ends their go. It's now Epus's turn. All right. He's going to go ahead. As a bonus action, he's going to hide and move underneath and around the rocks to this side. And he's going to pull around from the corner with his hand crossbow and take a shot at Caduceus from behind. Caduceus, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is, where did that go? 18.
18. Okay, you do notice him out of the corner of your eye just barely, so he is not hidden from you, which means he does not get sneak attack damage nor advantage on the attack.
Cool.
That is still a natural 20 on the hit.
Oh, is he within 30 feet of me? Wait, no, I can cast this on myself, can I?
Which ones?
Can I cast, let me take a look really quick if I can do this. Sentinel? Can I cast Sentinel on myself?
What does it say? What's the wording?
If as a reaction when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet.
When you or a creature?
Oh yeah. So
then yeah.
No.
Okay.
That.
So you use your channel divinity to prevent the critical. It is now a regular hit. Fantastic. So you take 3 points of piercing damage. It sticks into your shield and grinds inside and actually hits a little bit of the forearm, but you manage to deflect most of the impact, and the bolt just kind of gets caught in the center there. Mostly no damage to you.
Cool.
One of the guards turns and looks towards Epus. Actually, both these guards kind of turn and kind of glance over, and they're kind of having this moment of not entirely certain which side to go with.
I am looking irritated at the guards at this.
All right, that ends there. It's now the rest of the crew's turn.
My ears are so hot.
Just gonna move to the side there. This one's gonna move over to this side. There. This guy's gonna run across. Take cover there. This one's gonna move over here. And this halfling's just gonna go ahead and hide right in there. Yeah.
Don't forget your crow's nest guy.
Oh yeah, no, he's in there. All right, so with that, we've got some heavy crossbow action from this guy, this guy. Caleb's out of range for both of them, unfortunately.
Okay.
But both of these guys right here, I'm going to go ahead and roll 4 attacks. One of them's going to be a heavy crossbow to Ford, because Ford's still within... oh no, it's a 400-foot range for the extra one. One of them's
400
yeah,
feet.
heavy crossbow. With 100 feet, you move 90 last round, so you're going to be within the disadvantage range in command. But this one's going to go ahead and fire at you, Caleb.
Okay.
Since you're the one that's the furthest away.
Caleb's
and
not
most
within
visual.
30 feet of me either, is he?
No.
Okay, just checking.
They do have disadvantage on the attack, though. That is a 16 and a 13 naturally.
It hits.
Plus 4, it's going to be 17. Okay.
My AC is 11.
Whoa. Whoa, that's really low.
That move is 9 points of piercing damage to you.
Oh, I have 9 hit points.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm up.
Caleb. As he darts past, just like this bolt streaks past in the back, and with the momentum of his running, he crumples into the ground and tumbles and skids to a halt in the middle. You're watching this Ford as this happens. The other one up here at the top in the crow's nest is going to go ahead and take a shot at Nott, actually. and you are within the 100-foot range, so but it's still a natural 2. So this is you. It splinters the wood right next to your foot as you kind of step out of the way. Shards of wood go flying up from the impact, and the heavy bolt about that long is just jammed at an angle into the planks before you. This one here and this one are both going to take heavy crossbow shots. One's at Caduceus and one's at Yasha, because they're the most visible. For against Caduceus, oh man, they're rolling terrible now. That's going to be a 6.
I'm not even gonna dignify that.
Yeah. Yasha, however, does get hit with a 17, I believe, right?
Yeah. Try. Yes.
What? Sorry.
Yasha takes 8 points of piercing damage. 17 to hit, 8 points reduced to 4.
Got it.
All right, and this guy here has a one crossbow. You're within disadvantage range. He's gonna go ahead and take another shot at Caduceus with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's another 6.
It can be hitting me.
And that guy gets a point.
Where's my fucking?
This guy doesn't have a range 1. Okay, that's the end of the crewman there. That's the end of the combat round. These people, seeing all the fight, are going to go ahead and duck into their ship and just hide. The same on this end, they all just move out of the way, but they're keeping an eye kind of over the side of what's happening. Top of the combat round, Bo and Jester. So you appear, Bo, in the middle of this chaos. Flames behind you. You hear a blast, a thunderous blast that echoes from behind. You glance over. You look forward. Jester's already running in the direction. You're on the like kind of rough and tumble rock and like elements of cobblestone that have long worn off and not been replaced. In front of you, a little ways up ahead, you can see the tavern.
The tavern?
The Bloated Cup.
I want to go around and I want to go up straight towards the Plank King.
Okay, so you full run?
I go, Jester, I'll see you there! And I just dart by, and I also want to burn a key point to do Step of the Wind.
Yeah.
Okay.
And run my full 135-foot movement towards.
Speedster.
Okay. In doing so, you make it all the way up to the street's there, and there's buildings on each side. To the front right of you, this perspective for you on this side is where you see the tavern. And there are folks out there kind of like morning drinking, kind of just like, watch you just whiz past. You make your way up the street a little further, and there you can see there are a few town guards that are kind of looking over towards the sound and all the craziness happening. They notice you approaching, and they all kind of like instinctively begin to go into a phalanx. They all kind of go shoulder to shoulder, and they're basically now blocking off the road from your continual passage. They don't look like no weapons drawn, but in the midst of all this, they just see crazy stuff happening, and the one person just darting at an inhuman speed away from it. And their instinct is to go, whoa, let's figure this out. They're not aggressive yet.
Okay.
That's your turn?
Can I say anything?
I'd say this happens at the very end of your turn. Like you're running, all of a sudden you like stop, right as they kind of right there in front of you, and we'll pick that up next turn.
Okay.
That brings us to
Good shit.
Avantika's go. All right. Oh man. Okay. Avantika is going to go ahead and leap down off the side of the ship. Acrobatics check.
Slip on the ice.
Yeah.
No, it's just difficult terrain.
Just kidding.
But actually,
Wishful thinking, man.
I will say it would increase the DC for her landing. I'll give you that. But she did roll an 18 on her acrobatics check.
Pretty good.
So, and then leaping down, lands right in front of Knot. Kind of skids down, lands a few inches back before coming to a stop. The ice kind of grinds at the back of her foot and creates this little pile where the momentum eventually stops. Holding her rapier in one hand and the dagger in the other, looking down at you, Knot goes, "You should not have crossed me." She's going to go ahead and take 3 strikes at you, 2 with her rapier and 1 with her dagger. The dagger at this point you can see now is kind of, you've seen it a little bit in the battles. It looked just like you were in dark spaces, so it was hard to make out the real distinguishing visual of it. But out here in the open air, as she's clutching the dagger aggressively, there's a faint kind of black energy faintly drifting off of the edge of the blade. So the attack with the rapier, first one, natural 4, no, it's gonna miss you. Natural 3, both rapier shots, nothing. The dagger, however, that's going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. She's rolling real bad. All right, so this you take As the two rapier shots, you dodge out of the way, but she uses that to kind of feint forward and jam the blade up into the front of your stomach and ribcage area. That is going to be 9 points of piercing damage and an additional 8 points of necrotic damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay.
So what does that have?
It's 9
both
plus
of those?
8. Yeah, it would have both from the attack.
Okay.
So take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
So you manage to just push away with your momentum. The blade doesn't sink quite as deep, and you grabbing the wrist, preventing it from really coming to the hilt in your chest. You pull away. That's going to end her turn. And she shouts over her shoulder and goes, Vera, we need friends!
Oh boy.
Jester, your turn.
Okay.
You just saw Beauregard dart up past you.
Is there an alley near me?
Is there, if you look a little bit ahead of you, around each of the buildings that are right in front of you, there are alleys that kind of curve around that would eventually meet in the road that you guys are currently running up.
Anywhere I can duck and just cast Disguise Self really fast?
Yes, but not. You'd have to move up. You probably won't be able to get to an alley to do it
Okay.
this turn.
Okay. Then I'm
Because
just
there are
gonna.
people around. Like there are folks that are kind of watching all this chaos happen off in the
Okay,
distance.
then I'm just gonna shout. Avantika is attacking people on the island. She's trying to upstage the Plant King. Everybody go see now.
Okay, make a deception check.
Can the guards
Does
that
she have
I'm
to deceive?
It's not.
near hear her?
You're a little ways up. You don't know. I'll roll a perception check for them.
That
How about
information.
that?
Yeah.
14.
14. Okay. That's a calculus roll. Okay, the guards unfortunately do not hear it. They're not as perceptive, and their focus is kind of distracted between this, and they just hear shouting, but they're not picking up the words. However, some of the folks nearby kind of glance over you and go, "Oh shit, really?" Finishes his drink real fast. I've got to go see this. And you see they seem less worried about their lives and more like, "Oh, I want to go see how this goes down."
Okay.
That is going on a prank binge.
Fight!
Right.
All right.
Then as soon as is anybody around me now?
I mean, they're around, like in front of you, there's one coming out of a building, and you see a couple folks that are on the front porch, like kind of entrance area of the tavern.
I don't know if I want to run back or help Bo.
It's up to you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna head back to the group. I'm gonna start running towards the group.
Okay. All right, Jester, you turn around and start heading back towards the group. It's a long run, because you went 500 feet from the ship.
I know. I'm gonna duck into an alley as soon as it's near, so I can cast Disguise Self as on my next turn.
Okay. All right, you go for it. That finishes your go. Yasha's up.
Yeah, Yasha's up. She is going to make 2 attacks against Avantika. She'll move into melee with her.
All right.
And we'll make them both reckless attacks.
All right. She's going to use your reaction to parry, which adds +2 to her armor class. So.
Okay. That's a 17 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. Good to know. These are terrible rolls. That's a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Whoa.
Take your head off, Yasha.
That's 2, 7, 11 for 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage to Avantika. As the blade carves through, she tries to parry it with the rapier, but it slips down and carves like a slight bit off of her forearm before it gleans off, and you can see a little bit of red immediately exposed where the cloth was carved through and a little bit of the skin and flesh removed with it.
And she will use the rest of her movement to keep running up the dock.
Okay. That's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's as far as she can get.
All right, because it's fucking
difficult
shitty
terrain. Yep.
Does she have anything that keeps her from, like angel
Dealing with
death
that?
problem?
Yeah,
No, big deal. Okay.
As an action, you can angel
Wings
death.
on ice.
Wings on
They're more for the surprise party factor than the actual flight thing.
No, I don't see anything. Okay.
Okay, that finishes Yasha's go. Caduceus, you're up.
Oh man. Wow. I'm really sort of stuck on that, aren't I? That's irritating.
There's the guards there. There's Avantika. Avantika does not have a reaction because she already used it to parry.
But there's a lot of that's just difficult terrain though. So if I burn my action, I'm just only going to get 30 feet.
Correct.
Let's get weird. Okay.
Let's do it weird, Taliesin.
Open it up.
Okay.
Open it up.
Make all the ice turn into bugs.
I'm going to. Okay. I'm going to vanish.
Okay.
That's the first thing I'm going to do.
All right. I'll say for the purposes of keeping tabs on you, this will be your marker.
Ooh, cool marker.
See through Caduceus.
There's a joke there that I cannot think of what it is because I'm
Freaking out.
too freaked out.
Yeah.
I can cast while I'm invisible, correct? Yeah.
But did you?
No. It's your ability.
no.
As soon as you cast something, you lose your invisibility.
No, the invisibility only lasts one round. It's a
Actually, let me check the wording on the front.
hold on.
If it's
That's a
different
good
from the
question.
actual spell, because
It-
usually it's.
Getting to me. My
Not a
body
big
is
deal.
Radiating heat. I'm hot everywhere. Flames.
Here we go. Good step. And magically turn invisible until the start of your next turn, or until you attack, make a damage roll, or force someone to make a saving throw. So you can cast a spell as long as it doesn't damage or attack somebody,
So as long as it's not a damage spell, I can just
or
sort of-
force someone to make a saving throw.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. I'll just ignore that then. I'll stay invisible, and I'm just gonna try and take my 60 feet.
It'll be 30 feet with this.
Yeah, my 30.
25, 30. Damn, that was a good 25, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Can I get like one further away from just to yeah.
You can go at an angle in front of Yasha.
Yeah, just to get a little cover.
We'll say that. Yeah, that's
Thank
fine.
you.
Alright, that ends your go, Caduceus. Yeah. Ford, you're up. Your friends are catching up behind you. There's a sleet storm slamming. There's guards swarming around your direction, telling you to halt. And up ahead of you, you watched a speedy Caleb just grind into the ground. What are you doing?
We're gonna get weird, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Getting weird.
I'll look up and point above the stern of the ship where Vera is, and my eyes will roll back, and I'll say, "Bulgura," and I will summon Greater Demon,
What?
and I'm gonna drop a Bulgura right on Vera's fucking head.
That was a sick description.
I've never been so proud.
That was like Babe Ruth summoning a demon from
I wasn't sure if you had taken this spell. I prepared for it just in case. Oh my god.
I have him pulled
What is
up.
that?
He's a
This is
giant
it.
demon monkey.
Oh.
Boulder
Alrighty.
Gut has met her love.
Yeah. They just start mating.
They just start making
You
out.
could be like just on the edge of the ship there.
That's great. Yeah, I just want him right in their fucking business.
Oh, not on top. You walk away. Does he stay there?
I only command him for one round, and on the
Okay.
command, I will say, "Fuck up that crew."
With the dark speech that emanates from inside of Ford's body, it echoes out like a weird discordant harmony of several voices you've never heard emerge from his body. For those that are present, you guys are with.
crew. I got that crew. I got that crew.
There's the sound of reality cracking. And you look up and watch. We're in the center of the sky there, at the very edge of the Squall Eater's deck. Two large, meaty hands pull open this barrier between the realms, and stepping out, you see this large, gorilla-like demon covered in fur and horns at the edge. These giant fists with tusks that emerge from beneath the chin, and these red, burning coal-like eyes. As it steps out, it turns right towards Vera, who eyes are wide, and just in her face. You watch her hair get blown back a bit, spittle across her chin. That's your action.
With my bonus action, I'll turn to the guards and go, "Avantika's not to be trusted," and I will Misty Step with my bonus action.
All right, you managed to Misty Step
30 feet
30 feet
towards the direction
Towards
of
the direction.
Yeah, out the fuck out.
Okay, this puts you.
Anywhere near Caleb?
60 feet from Caleb. at
No,
this
this
point.
this puts
I went
you
90 feet from Ford.
correct. So you went 30 feet forward, and you still have your movement.
And I'll use the rest of my, I knew that. I'm planning for that. Yeah. And I'll use the rest of my 30 feet to run towards that unconscious wizard.
Okay, so you go heading towards Caleb. You after shouting, "Avanta's not to be trusted," after summoning a fucking demon, I'm gonna ask you to make a persuasion check with disadvantage because you just summoned a fucking demon.
Creepily, very creepily.
Yeah.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Oh, 6.
Okay. All right. Well, they seem to be more focused on what just appeared through the scar in reality you left. All right. So you charge past. You're coming upon the group of guards now that are around the rest of the crew. The mistake, but they've forgotten about them. That crew at that point. They saw Caleb rush past. Two of them kind of went over to figure out what the hell happened as he basically darted. Football fumbled off to the side. Yeah. The others are turning and coming towards your direction, but it's not their turn yet.
Okay.
All right, that finishes your go forward. Is now Boulder Guts go.
Do I roll initiative for the Bulgura?
Oh, you do, yes.
Okay.
Woo!
Oh, that's a 17 plus. I don't know if there's any bonus. Maybe it's just 17.
Dex bonus.
Dex plus
Means
2,
to
so
initiate.
19.
19, right after Avantika.
Okay.
All right.
Good puppy.
Oh man.
It doesn't get to go like as soon as you summon it.
I don't. It says it gets its own initiative.
Correct. No.
Yeah.
When you summon it on each of its turns thereafter, you issue a verbal command to it. So you can keep issuing commands every turn. However, it doesn't go until its next initiative.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That's real interesting.
Fucking
All right.
Yeah, but then you have to.
So, Boulder Gut's gonna go ahead and move. This speed 40 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna go ahead and make a saving throw for the now partially damaged. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Plank.
The plank was gonna snap. All right, it's about there, and is gonna go ahead and.
Get the powers from the
Let's go ahead and do the dash up here behind the next two guards who are like now focused on Boulder Gut coming forward. They're not entirely certain what's happening, and they're focused on the demon. There's weirdness from all sides, and it seems the Watch are not used to this kind of chaos breaking this far in towards Darktow. Usually the reef and the defenses they build around the reef are enough to keep things like this far from the island. That finishes Boulder Gut's turn. That brings us to Not and Vera, but Not, you get to go first.
I will just run. I have full speed through the difficult terrain. How far can I get?
20, 25, 30. You're next to Yasha with your movement.
Okay.
Then 10,
Bonus,
15,
another.
20, 25, 30.
And now I'm right in front of these guards.
You are, and you still have your bonus action.
I used movement and bonus action to
Okay.
move, and
Yeah.
now I'll
So you
use
have your
action. Shit, who do I fuck up? There's no one engaged with anyone, so there's no one I can sneak attack to. So instead, I'll do a Hail Mary. I'll take out a bit of fleece and rub it, and speak some words and cast Phantasmal Force on Avantika.
Okay.
It's not. She'll probably save, but it's worth a
I had
shot.
a moment of thinking.
What's the save?
14. Intelligence.
Intelligence?
Yeah, she's real smart.
Roll low.
Natural one.
Natural 5.
Ooh, what's her modifier though?
All right, yeah, she's not. She's very good at a few things, but doesn't have the highest intelligence to get to that point. So
Okay.
she's smart,
Went to
but not quite
public
that
school?
I
Public school.
So did I.
Yeah, I know.
We all have average intelligence, let's be real.
as Boulder Gut is walking over, holding a pick or what? I said, what is?
It's a giant. It looks like it was once a mast of a ship that's been whittled down into a great club.
I want Avantika to see Boulder Gut doing this and holding up the book. Holding up the book and trying to just waving it around. She's definitely holding that book.
Okay. All right. Avantika kind of glances over and goes. And for a moment, you see a look of relief come over Avantika's face.
All right.
All right, that your turn?
Yes, that's it.
You got it. Now it's Vera's turn. Vera.
Yeah.
Vera's seeing this happen. Oh man.
She's in melee with the ball.
Yes.
How long does she believe it for?
A minute.
Even if it keeps her occupied for a while.
Okay, okay. A lot can happen in 60 seconds.
All right.
10 things.
Vera's gonna glance off to the side. Actually, she's gonna try and move out of melee. of this Bulgara.
Opportunity attack of opportunity?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So go ahead and make it strike.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. That is. God, it's only a 9. Wait, that's a 9.
9 misses.
Nice.
As the giant demon's fist swings outward, it impacts and deflects off the energy field of mage armor that pushes it off to the side. Vera steps back. The reach on that is 5 foot, right, for the attack? Just making sure.
Yes, 5 feet.
Okay. Yeah, she pulls out of it and goes.
Sure.
Looks down at Avantika. Looks at all the guards that are gathering as they're moving in. Just barely within that range there.
Fudge, man.
Yep, that does it. All right. She goes, after hearing what Avantika said, goes,
Everyone, they have crossed Darktow. Take them to the Plank King.
and you watch as she's saying these words, her hand kind of sends this strange series of symbols through and casts mass suggestion on the guards in the vicinity of 60 feet of her.
Mass suggestion?
Yes.
That's new for me.
Take to the plank. Ain't bad.
3 and 4. Fail. It's working out great. It's like 2, 7, 4, 3. 10. Fail. Natural 1.
Flanking is.
All of them failed. So you watch as all these guards, that the confusion suddenly crystallizes, and all of them look towards your group and start shouting,
Stop them! They're thieves!
Oh, fuck. Shit, they think we're thieves?
They all failed their save. He thinks that we're the bad guys now.
Well, we are kind of.
Vera's gonna, after casting that, move the rest of her movement. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh god.
She's dead. Oh, no, she got herself.
She got herself. I can actually check. I'll put her there. That's fine. Alrighty. That ends Vera's turn. Caleb, for your turn, make a death save. It's the beginning of your round. Because if you roll, I keep forgetting it's like it's the beginning of your turn. In case you roll a natural 20.
It already happened.
Get up.
That is these dice. That's a 17.
Cool. So that's one success.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
These dice.
At the end of Vera's turn, this goes away.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
sure,
just-
everybody's out.
Which just
Yeah.
sucks for
Oh, shit.
us, and then now they can get to us faster.
Yeah, the sleet and stuff has now melted and dripped off the sides. These guards here. 10, 15,
What's all this then?
25. We'll say 30 on each side, and they're both going to attempt to grapple Yasha. So that's. Go ahead and make an athletics check for her. She has advantage because she's raging.
Okay. That's 24. 21.
Yeah, so one guy fails to grapple, and then the other guy is going to attempt to make another check with her. She has to beat a 16.
12, and that's a 21.
Yeah, they just can't. They try and grab her, and she just shrugs them off. No problem. Alrighty. These other guards here begin to swarm up to try and grab. Not. This one's going to move up and try and grab Yasha. This one here is going to go ahead. And he tries to move forward towards Yasha and like poof, ends up chest bumping space in the middle of the air and goes like, and confusionally is going to try and grapple whatever's there. He has disadvantage on that. So I'm first going to do that with you. Rolled really well on disadvantage, a natural 19 and a natural 17. Make an acrobatics or athletics check to see if he doesn't grapple you.
Acrobatics or athletics? Those are both terrible. Okay.
You're a big thing.
I'm a big thing. But I did roll. A 20 is what I rolled. 19. I rolled a 19 plus 1, so on my acrobatics run.
Okay.
I am, to be fair, invisible. That's hard to grab.
I know. No, he tries to grab you, and like he gets a hold of you, and you just kind of like push him off, and he looks really confused. Like, he grabbed something before he really knew what was happening, and is really confused. And for a moment, thinks maybe there's a ghost.
Nothing but sparkle pony fur.
For the one that rushed up to try and grab Yasha again, because the other guys failed. Ooh, natural 18. So go ahead and roll for her.
Oh boy.
It's going to be 20.
16.
16. She is currently grappled by this guy. He's now grabbed and is holding her in place, and she's like, "Ugh, ugh," and the two other guys are all going to try and dogpile in to stop her from moving. We have 3 attempting to grapple you now. You have to make-
3.
Yes.
Whoa.
You're tiny. You're Dexy.
Sure. Here we go.
Slippy.
All right, so first guy.
Did they roll? Do I roll? What
Both roll. Roll an acrobatics check against it.
15.
That's a success. The next guy, natural 20.
Oh, no.
So it's 22. Yeah.
Natural 20.
What is happening?
Oh my god. All right. So he manages to actually grab the first one. You're just too slippery. He's like, oh god. You turn on the side, the other guy grabs you, and right as he squeezes, you just kind of jump out of it, land on his arms, and then step off. The third one's gonna try and grab you. That's a 6. Go and roll.
Oh. 12. Oh.
Okay, you still manage to slip away. None of them can grab you. You're too fast. Tiny goblin form. They're like, oh. Like, quick, grab it. You're just jumping around, darting around, squeezing out of the way. No impact. All right. That finishes the guard's turn. Apish is going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3. Try and hide at the top of it. Ooh, natural 20 on that. So he's going to go ahead and scoot up around the side, dart off the edge, and he's going to go ahead and make a shot at the Bulgara, who has shown up with advantage. That is going to be a 19 to hit. What's its armor class?
15.
Okay, it does get sneak attack damage against it. Okay. So there's an additional 2d6. So
does this thing have a name? What?
It has a demon name.
Which is what?
14 points. 14 points of piercing damage to it. Does it have any resistances?
It does. It has damage resistance to cold, fire, and lightning. Damage immunity to poison. Yeah.
Damage immunity to poison. Mm-hmm. That's all.
Condition immunity is poison.
Got it. But no immunities to non-magical weapons.
No.
Okay, just making sure. All right, yeah. So it takes full damage on that. You mark that?
14, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. That's going to end Episs's turn. Now it's the crew's turn. This one's going to go ahead and make a step back to try and get out of range of the Bulgara. It already used its reaction to do an attack. It's going to go ahead and reload and fire with its heavy crossbow against it. That's going to be a 17 hit.
17 hits.
All right. He suffers 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
These guys here, he's going to fire down after reloading. They're not focusing on the giant demon. They're not focusing on you guys. So
hey, that's great.
They're turning like,
you are.
Oh Jesus!
You are tanking. This is a tank. This is a good tank.
He's going to move over here. He's going to fire at it from there. This guy's going to go ahead and stand where he is and reload. These guys are all going to spin around to focus on this terrible creature. Alrighty. And this guy here is going to stay behind. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots against the Bulgara.
6 shots.
So
Fuck.
this is plus. All right. 18 to hit.
Yes.
1 point of damage.
Okay.
9 to hit.
Yes. Oh no, misses. Sorry.
All right. 7 to hit.
Misses. 3 more.
18 to hit.
Hits.
9 points of damage.
Okay.
16 to hit.
Hits.
7 points of damage.
Okay.
And the last one is 14 to hit.
Misses. Yeah, misses.
Okay.
Armor class 15.
That finished. The crews goes. They're all just laying into this demon that appeared on there. You're watching it like, and as it turns back to yell, all of a sudden it gets another bolt in the chest and another in the side, and it's just kind of getting these bolts are now sticking out of its body as it's raging angrily on the deck of this ship. You can see now there's a giant burned U on this side. It wasn't around long enough to catch the ship on fire, but there is like a dark scarring on the base of the deck there. Okay. All right. No. One more round and it would have caught fire.
FYI, if I'd stayed conscious, I would have thrown a fireball at that boat.
That would have been great.
That was my next move.
Oh man. All right, that ends top of the round. All right. So, Bo. The guards are there in front of you right now. There's 3 of them shoulder to shoulder, and there's one of them that looks a little. The one in the center is a little better armored, and they just go, "Hey, miss, where are you going?" And they're like looking at you and both looking at what's over there.
I have requested evidence from the Plain King. He wants to see me directly. It's Avantika. There's a coup. She's trying to take over the city with a demon god.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, not deception.
No, because it's honest.
True.
Yeah.
Persuasion's not my best.
There was nothing about that statement that was incorrect.
Okay. 13.
13.
Average.
Okay. You're not sure if he believes you, but he's not aggressive. That makes sense. He goes, well, be that as it may, we need to figure out what's happening before we can have you running so quickly with intent.
Time
Hold
is of
tight.
the essence. They're killing pirates who do not bend the knee to her. I've got to get to him now. Let me pass.
We'll send for him. Stay here. And the two other guards stay there and kind of hold the position and kind of fill in the space. He turns around and starts making his way towards the
Let me
throne
come
roast.
with you.
He goes, I've got it. And he continues walking.
Kill the guards.
So we'll say that you've used an action at this point. You still have your action, your bonus, and your movement if you want to use it.
Bathe in their blood. No.
It's up to you. You could go along with it and stay there and wait for your friends, or anything else you want to try. They're not aggressive at this point. They're just holding the line. What do you do?
No, don't attack. Do not attack.
Shush, Sam Regal.
Shut the fuck up.
I wait.
Okay. All right. The tension in your body is rising up, and for a second, as the muscles bulge and the veins begin to pop from the sheer amount of adrenaline that's in your system, and your urge to charge through, you just breathe heavily as your entire form kind of sinks into it. And the two guards, you can see their tension as their hands were kind of going for a weapon, drop, and they both kind of go into a watching but waiting pose. All right, that ends your go. It's now Avantika's turn. Avantika sees the guards shifting their allegiance under the effect of this mass suggestion spell. She's going to go ahead and turn and attempt to go after Yasha.
Okay.
What?
I'm angry at the villain. That's what I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're doing great. Everything is fantastic. I'm having a wonderful time. I'm having a wonderful time. My ears are going to combust.
Good.
But I'm okay.
All right. So she's making 3 strikes against her. So she's the one closest to it. Yeah, she's not too hurt. She's not going to do anything defensively. Or you know what?
It's so in character.
No, Yasha's being held. As far as she knows, Yasha's doing okay, or as the guards have her. Not is the one that keeps darting around, so she's going to go ahead and raise a hand and cast Eldritch Blast at Not.
Eldritch Blast.
So, with that... Ooh, that's 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
So you take 3 points of force damage. As it hits you as you're jumping off, suddenly, crack, you get hit like across the gym, but it's a glancing blow, and your world goes a little dizzy for a second. The second one misses entirely.
Did you say 3 points, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's not as bad as I
Yeah,
was
3
preparing
points.
for. Okay.
Yeah, she didn't roll very good on the damage.
Does a grapple count towards keeping rage up? Is it an attack? Like an
Technically,
attack? Okay.
it's a grapple's attempt, yeah.
Okay.
And she's going to go ahead and use her movement to back up 5, 6, getting to the base of this, backing up towards the ship.
She was not in melee with Yasha, right?
Correct. No, she instead of doing that, she stayed back to do that, and is kind of now looking up towards the demon that is raging onto the base of the ship, and seeing the guards have got this under the suggestion spell seems to be like backing off slightly. That's going to finish Avantika's go. Now it's the Balgura's turn.
It is.
Yes.
The Balgura is going to use its running leap to jump right on Vera.
Yeah.
And it will unleash 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its fists, and they will all be reckless.
Because it can do that?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Whoa.
It's still alive. It's still alive. So this is the first bite. That's an 18. That's a 12. So the 18 +7, 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage on that one.
Okay, so we got throwing shit, no problem. 6. That's 12 points of piercing damage for the bite.
Okay, good to know. She does succeed on her Constitution save.
She have to roll
the natural 16. She does every time she takes damage to see if she can maintain her mass suggestion.
Gotcha. 18, 12. For the fist attack, it's 23 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
1d10. 4. That's a 1 plus 5. That's 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
1 plus 5 is 6.
Yeah, that.
All right. Yeah, natural 12 succeeds.
Succeeds.
Public school.
Shit. Where's my
Her con bonus isn't that high, so it's just a straight roll in the d20.
That's a 16 to hit.
16 does hit. All 3 hit.
Great. Fucking shit! 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fucking balls. Give me
Alrighty.
that fucking dice.
And odds cut.
Fucks from the Willingham family.
Natural 10. Just barely makes it. Does not drop concentration.
Aw, you beat me.
But took some hits. Vera's looking a little roughed up and scared as shit. She like runs down the stairs and turns around and sees this thing and it starts just roughing her up. She's thrown against the back, is pummeled into the side of the ship, and is like trying desperately to look for a way to escape. That ends the Bulgarian's turn. Did you make a charisma saving throw for
You
it?
have to stay far away from Winston.
I think it's
Wow, really? Now? Really?
15. Okay. Charisma. That's a natural 1. No, that's a 2 minus 1.
So a unnatural 1.
So I lose the ability to control it.
Correct.
Oh.
And it attacks the nearest non-demon thing for 6 rounds.
That's okay.
Correct. And then it returns to its home plane.
Disappeal.
6 rounds.
Disappeal.
So that's fine.
That's fine. 6 rounds of carnage.
This is 6 rounds of, well, that's okay.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if this will ever become. That could work.
Tempest
Well, no, you haven't lost concentration on it yet. It stays for the hour, but then once you lose concentration, you roll a d6 to see how many more rounds it stays.
I understand. I thought it was different.
Nope.
Thank you for that clarification.
No worries. All right. Does that end the Bulgara's turn? Jester, you're up.
Okay.
You've ducked on the side. You've cast Disguise Self on yourself.
To look like a pirate.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna
Like a pirate.
like a pirate. And I'm gonna walk out and start shouting, just shouting at guards nearby. Avantika's attacking everyone! I heard him say it! Avantika's, she's finally doing it! She's trying to take over! She's finally doing it!
Make a deception check.
We all knew she was gone mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
20.
20. Okay. People in the nearby streets start seeing this and go like, "Are you serious? That crazy bitch!"
She's finally!
They all start like a few people nearby like take this and go like, oh, and start going inside to like avoid this. Other folks are getting like angry and like throw their glasses to the ground like, yo, I knew one day. And they're like pissed and going to grab their things and maybe like start a militia against her. We don't know. But you've rallied the corner.
Okay. Are there any guards within earshot that I'm shouting?
There are guards rushing towards the action that's happening behind you, and there are a few that are. There's a bunch now making their way towards this intersection.
I'm definitely waving my tankard around and shouting at them. The docks!
Okay, you look ahead and you hear this in the back. But you don't know it's Jester. You just hear someone else shouting it. So you're like, oh man, my deception worked. Other people are yelling
And I
this.
just go, see? To the guards next to me.
Perfect. Right. That finishes Jester's turn. It's Yasha's go. Yasha is currently grappled. She can still make her actions, but she has to use an action to break free if she wants to move. Otherwise, her movement is 0. But she has advantage.
She's going to try to break the grapple.
All right, make an athletics check with her at advantage.
22.
He got a 6.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
So the guy managed to like luckily grapple her last turn. She just kind of flicks him off, and he's like, "Oh God!" So she's free to grapple.
She's free of the grapple, and she's going to turn and say, "Not me, them," and not attack or run.
Okay. Okay.
There's 3 people around her in melee. She's not going to run.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, good call.
All right. That ends Yasha's turn. Caduceus.
I immediately turn visible.
Yes, you do.
Hey. So
they all kind of.
I'm going to. Yeah. I'm just going to help my friend there. I'm not going anywhere. It'll be fine. I'm going to cast Bless on Nott and Yasha. And can I bless myself or can I not bless myself?
You can
bless myself. Yeah. So I'm going to cast Bless on the three of us.
All right. So that gives you D4.
That's just a D4 to your saving throws and to your attacks.
Yeah.
There you go.
So all your saving throws and your attacks have it. You just add a D4.
Just once though, right?
No. No. Until it's a concentration spell.
Nice.
So.
Little something, something.
Okay.
Little something. It's your turn. Or what else you do?
I'm going to. Does it look like he's going to make an attack? Because I'm just going to start scooting towards.
There's no attack. He looks startled, and his hands are forward to try and they're not like weapon drawn to bludgeon you, but they're trying to keep you from going anywhere.
How far away is Caleb actually currently from me?
Caleb's
95 or 100 feet.
No, right from where you are there, because you were 90 from there. He's
90
about
from there.
110 feet from you.
Okay.
I'm just going to point and start walking that way, just going. And is he going to make a swing?
He's going to attempt to stop you.
Is he going to? Okay, because I can't use a bonus action to convince him to just let me walk by. Can I?
Invisible.
I was. I'm not.
Unfortunately, you may not know this. They are currently magically compelled.
Oh yeah. Would I know that or would I not know that?
You would not know that.
Okay, that's fair. All right. He's looking like he's going to hold. That's
So as you're trying to tell him this and try and scoot by, he
I'm just gonna kind of turn to the other side of him while not being very aggressive and just kind of
He kind of heads you off in the pass and just saying stay put, stay put.
I know, but I'm just gonna. He needs a little bit of healing.
He'll deal with it. Stay put.
And while we're having that conversation, I'm just gonna flip around to the other side of him, just so I'm a little further away from Yasha. The other way.
The other way?
Yeah. Keep going. That there. Yeah, not quite contact with the other. Yeah.
There's other guards here that are also.
I'm not gonna quite bump into them. But,
okay. He's still he's still trying to maneuver around.
And I think is there shit I can do with my bonus, or is there not anything I can do with my bonus? Probably not. Yeah, this might be everything I can do. Yeah, I'm just gonna just cast a quick healing word on Yasha, who probably could use a quick healing word.
Okay.
So that's yeah. Just take a little.
Ford, you're up next.
That's that's nice. Just take an extra 9 points of heat.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. All right, with that, Ford, it's your go.
My distance from Caleb, please.
I'd say 30 feet with the misty step and movement you had. So you're 30 feet from him.
Amazing. I will use my 30 feet of movement to close to Caleb.
All right. As you do, you rush past some of the guards that are on the opposite side that were rushing towards you. There's, I believe at this point, 4 of them that were heading your direction, because there was the one that was going towards Caleb. So we'll say 2 of them you have to push past.
Okay.
So they both are going to make attacks of opportunity on you just to attempt to grapple to stop.
Okay.
So make your acrobatics or athletics check to try and break free.
Acrobatics or athletics? We'll make it athletics. Straight up. That is a 17.
That succeeds. I literally rolled a natural 14 with a +2. A 16 was the highest roll. I think I rolled a 2.
One more.
So he managed to shrug past. You push out of his grasp. He's like, "Hey, wait!"
Great. And one more.
Oh no, you know.
That was it.
Yeah,
Okay. And I'll run down and kneel next to Caleb and go, "Help me, help this man!" And I will pour a healing potion in his mouth.
Okay. All right. So you come to consciousness on the ground.
I think I skinned my face.
Done.
All right.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, so now it's Bouldergut's turn. Bouldergut's going to go ahead and move up, shove past, and begin to just take a giant club towards the Balgura. Down towards it.
Make out.
The first hit is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
No, there's an 18.
Okay. They both hit.
Both hit. Okay. First hit is 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And the other one
See
is
that happening?
16 points bludgeoning damage.
Woo. Okay.
Maddie, can Avantika see that happening?
Avantika see what the...
Her friend using her book to smash on top of somebody else's head?
and it's really confusing.
His last attacks were reckless.
She's like, No, what are you doing? But she's used to Boulder Gut not being the brightest.
His last attacks were
in the
reckless,
shed.
so you could roll twice for both of them if you
What's
want.
Oh, reckless. That's right. Yeah. No. It's a 4 and a 2. So both of them,
Hey.
both those worked out fine.
Okay.
That's the end of Boulder Gut's turn as Boulder Gut's now just slamming onto this demon, going, "Go to sleep! Don't hurt my friends!" Finishing her go. It is now Not's turn.
I'm surrounded by 3 guards.
Yes, and they're all like hands on their weapons, trying to just subdue you and grab you, and they're now shouting like, "Stop! Stop! Halt!" And they're like, I say guards, they're all volunteer pirates of the Revelry that help keep watch on the shipyard here.
Official sash.
And the ones around Yasha, are those the same guards, or are any of these people from the ship?
No, the people on the ship are further this way, and most of them, they were being brought by guards, but they've been left alone to focus on you guys. Yasha currently is like stopped, and they're all like in a very much like a stay there type position. They're
Okay.
they're in the process of subduing their quarry.
And I healed Caleb 9 points.
Gotcha.
I will disengage and make my way towards Ford and Caleb.
Okay, you slip past, make your way up towards Ford and Caleb.
Yeah.
With your disengage and your movement and your action, you could make your way
64 feet, I think.
Yeah, 60 feet. So from there, that would put you not quite to where they
quite
are.
there. Okay.
But it gets you up to where the other guards were that he rushed past and just beyond them because disengaged, they don't get any attack opportunity.
Okay.
All right, that ends your turn. Vera.
Right.
Yeah. Vera is looking not too great. Vera's going to go ahead and...
No!
She's going to cast Scorching Ray against the Bulgar. She's going to attempt to take a step back up the stairs, however, doesn't attack opportunity on her.
Yeah. Fuck her up, fuck her up.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Okay,
Attack
I will make it a fist attack.
Fist to the skull.
Reckless. 15?
15 just hits.
No, get a 10, get a 10.
Come on, biff that skull. Get it.
That's a 6 plus
Still
4. That's 10 points of
10
damage.
points of damage. Ugh. All right, makes it natural 10 again. So this doesn't break the spell. Just having good luck with those rolls. She takes it, climbs to the top, spins around, is going to go ahead and Scorching Ray towards the Bulgar. That's 3 d20s against it. Okay, that is going to be plus 20, 20, and 17
To hit or damage points?
to hit.
Oh, yeah, they all hit.
Okay.
Is he within 30 feet of me? No, he's
No.
not 30 feet. God
Yeah.
damn it.
All right, so the Bulgar,
Wow.
it's not a great damage roll. The Bulgar takes 18 points of fire damage.
Halved because it has resistance
Correct, so
to
9.
9.
Is he still alive? Is he still alive?
Oh, wow.
All
You're
right,
in single digits, kids.
Caleb, you're up.
Caleb.
I just.
You wake up, come to consciousness on the ground. Ford is getting you up. You look over your shoulder and you can see there's a whole shit ton of guards in the area that are like subduing Yasha. Caduceus seems to have put his hands up.
What is my distance from the boat?
From the boat?
Yeah.
From now you'd be about 160 feet.
160 feet. So if I got to my feet, that's half my movement.
Correct.
And if I moved 10 feet, I'd be within 150 feet, correct? Yeah, that's the
About, yeah.
Yeah. So I will weakly stand and I will weakly trudge 10 feet forward. And I will throw a fireball and center it. Where's Vera? Yeah.
You in your state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you want to put it?
Well, where's Avantika? Oh, well,
You
I
don't know. You don't know. Where are you putting it?
I'm putting it there at the mast.
It's masked there.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay.
The cocoon.
So, as you wake up, you spin, fire this ray. The streaks past. All the guards who are calm at this point see this happen and watch the streak go by. And detonate on the ship.
Yeah, but
the
I-
bright flash of light kind of echoes against everybody's face as the impact hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes.
Saving throw for
Yeah, I
everybody,
don't know
including the
what's going on.
Bulgara.
I'm doing the last
yeah,
thing that was on my mind.
Yeah, totally, man. All right.
86.
Avantika's not going to be alive to defend herself against our accusations.
She will.
That'll go well.
That would be our luck.
No, really, she was a really bad person before we killed her,
is
and
not the
everyone on the
She's out
boat.
of it. She's like on the lip.
31.
31, good rolls.
Yes, good rolls.
All right, so Boulder Gut. That's a fail. Boulder Gut's. Oh, Boulder Gut's looking rough.
So Caleb's whole face and cheek, one side is just skinned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a strawberry scrape.
Yeah.
All right, this guy. What's the DC on it?
Oh, on mine, that
Yes.
would be on mine. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
Fireball. Oh,
Is
boy.
it is. Scheiße. Sorry, everybody. It should be. I think it's 16.
It should be 16, I think.
Yeah.
It's 8 plus your proficiency plus that.
Yeah, 16.
All right, so yeah, he succeeds. He rolled a 17 on that guy, so he takes 31, you said?
Yeah.
So 15 points of damage to him. He's dead. He's fucking done. So he took damage from the firewall earlier.
Oh, that's the guy who was over near the gangplank?
Yeah. That guy, he makes a save, but he dies too.
Oh, God.
Oh god.
That's making me feel sad for these people.
This guy doesn't make his save, he's dead.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
The whole crew is dead.
This is what we do to crews.
Roll for the Bulgara.
Guys,
Oh, it's incinerated.
we were going
He
to
had
be
3 hit
executed.
points. Even if
Yeah.
even if
The
he
Bulgara
saves.
is destroyed.
Yeah. He was
Vera. That's cocked.
That's all I care about.
We
That is
hate semen.
13. Does not succeed.
Oh.
Vera takes 30. 1 damage. Vera is almost dead. Is like burned, incinerated on the ground, not moving.
Unconscious.
What happens to their concentration spell?
Concentration spell's lost.
Oh, wow. So at least, and do the guards now know they were being manipulated?
It doesn't work like that,
Okay.
unfortunately. But their compulsion's no longer there.
That's friend.
But they did just
Cool.
But they
see it.
saw
But they
a
saw.
fireball go over their heads.
Yes.
Damn right they did.
Okay. Okay.
Right
So,
about that, fuck it.
with that,
Yes.
the spell fades. Vera just crumples to the ground. The Bulgara is gone. Giant explosion. The mask kind of like leans slightly to one side from the impact. This guy was out of the radius actually.
So you have to make a dex save from it, though.
Let's say if he hit the mast. I'd say hit him actually. Yeah.
His poor feet. He's like, fuck!
Oh, and Epis has to make it as well. He fails, so he gets incinerated.
I feel better.
How many life sentences are you serving, Caleb?
And Epis does make it. So.
Oh my god. We're all gonna be killed
All right.
by planking.
So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Caleb.
Multiple.
No, I'm just the DC's real high on this one.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure it's going to fail.
Oh my god.
That is a. This is a wisdom, so
Correct.
12. 18.
As you go conscious, you watch as bodies go flying off the side and fall limp to the side of the dock. Their bodies still kind of smoldering but unmoving. You start flashing back to a very painful memory, and you watch as Caleb's eyes just glaze over. You are currently stunned.
What? No. Hey.
Okay. Then it's Caleb's turn. The guards that were calm are no longer calm. If they see you do this, the guards that were behind you charge in and all just grapple both of you. Are you resisting?
No.
No? All right. You are dogpiled and grappled.
Giving up.
Let me see. Yeah.
There's
Alrighty.
only like 6 or 7 of them. We're super powerful.
I got crazy spells after the next short rest.
Right here.
All right. Man.
Ain't no stretch of time I ain't ever done. I can break a man.
Epis just looks around at the destroyed crew, saw Vera go down and runs up to try and see how she's doing. The remaining crew, she's
thinks
just
it looks
the one
destroyed.
here and this one here.
Oh yeah.
Comes up,
Is Boulder Gut still alive?
comes up. Only got still alive. Barely.
barely.
I think Avantika thinks that Boldiga had the book. Would the book have taken the fireball damage?
Currently, the book's still in. Still in.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So there was no variation to that yet.
Cool.
Book is still held there in her hand. Okay, that's going to end the crew's turn. All right, coming back to you, Beauregard, as you're just waiting. Keep waiting.
Okay, I'm gonna tell the guards standing next to me, because I'm assuming they saw the explosion of the fireball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, more people die with each passing moment. Will you at least walk with me? Time is of the essence here.
Don't do anything funny. And they turn around and start walking with you.
Oh, that's a good deal. Yes, yes, yes.
I power walk like a grandma in a mall.
And they're like, trying to keep up a bit.
It's 9 a.m., the door's just opened.
She's Prancer size.
Those sweet all-white New Balance.
We're going to Steinmark, baby.
Got my insoles.
All right. Avantika goes and takes a quick glance at the scenario, and just goes and opens the hatch and charges inside of her ship.
Dildos.
All right.
Just a big shipment of dildos.
So, at this point, unless anyone is going to resist, combat comes to an end, and we are now at a role-playing point. Yeah. And so, at that moment, we'll take a break.
Oh.
Unless you're doing
Are
anything.
you resisting?
I'm running.
Okay.
I'm not going back to jail.
We'll take a break in a second then.
I'm never going back.
Because when it gets the Knot's turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bolt.
Okay, well, okay. If that's the case, there are 4 guards now. No, because now two of them have changed direction to go towards you and help subdue you guys. So there's 2 after you now.
Okay.
They're both going to attempt to grapple you and stop you. Go ahead and make 2 acrobatics checks. Ooh.
Not great.
Staying true. Staying true.
10.
10 in the first one.
17.
Okay, both fail actually.
But they both got me?
Yeah, that was a 12 and an 18.
Who are these guards? I wasn't next to anybody.
Oh, no, this is as you were charging through there, and on their turn they moved up to
They
you.
played sports when they were younger. They're just really dexterous.
So your movement 0, you can't escape. As you try and move, you can attempt. We'll say that happened on their turn. So at the beginning of the turn you're grappled, you can attempt to break free if you want to.
From one of them.
Actually, that's an interesting point. Let me pull up my new fancy Player's Handbook.
What is that?
Yeah. They released the special
Box set.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
They're
hot.
really pretty.
From my living room.
So unintentional commercial, but these are so awesome.
Look at them though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's too pretty.
They're I think they're brick and mortar only, so you got to go to actual game stores to get them. But sort of checking here, this will make a difference.
Support small businesses.
You'll see me at a game store. I don't know which one. I'll be there.
Alright, almost. Ooh, combat. There we go.
Yes, a D&D.
Why gonna be rich, son?
D&D. Indeed.
Okay. It doesn't say. I'll say go ahead and make a check, and we'll see if it's high enough for each of them.
It's not. It's a 2.
No, they hold tight. You can't move. So your movement 0.
That's a great button.
They're just clutching you there on the side.
I relent.
Okay. And with the chaos now come to a stop and not prevented from escaping, though that would have been a fun chase sequence. Now we'll go to a break.
Matt, we have played this game for hundreds of hours together. That was 2 of the best hours of this game ever. That was so much fun.
Man, that was really intense.
Did we turn it on its head for you?
Oh, there's a few things there that went differently than I expected, and
I was having so much Treasure Island flashback. It's one of my favorite books, and it's like all of this is so good.
Oh man! Well, before we go to the break, we have our fantastic giveaway from our friends at Wormwood, who are giving away this leather inset zebra wood dice tray.
That's what
pretty
I
awesome.
got.
We have
Yeah.
wood.
It is very nice.
Pretty.
Oh, I have to.
So in order to go ahead and join the contest, you have to jump over to the Critical Role Twitch chat. That's at twitch.tv/Critical Role during the break, and enter the keyword fire. Fire.
We only, don't only enter it once, because more than once is going to be disqualified. And once again, unfortunately, only the U.S. and Canada, excluding Quebec. But we'll have a winner for you at the end of the break. See you guys then.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Before we get going, we have our winner of our fantastic Wormwood dice tray. Zebra dice tray. The winner is Wonderful Mouse.
Wonderful.
Congratulations, Wonderful Mouse. We'll get that sent to you ASAP. So, diving back in, as the rest of you stand there amongst the shipyard docks, subdued by the Harbor Watch, the Revelry Watch there, more gather and more gather. I'd say about half the watch of the city, the volunteer mercenaries that have taken their shifts to keep an eye on their island, little haven there, all fled to the docks to see what the hell just went down. You look up and see the black and charred sails of the ship, treated against weathering, but still darkened from the blast of the fireball. The wood itself darkened and splintered in places, and you can see that giant burned U that marks the deck. As everything is held in place, and you're making your way to the guards, what are you doing, Jester? You see Bo being led up by the guards towards the throne roost.
Okay, you can do it, Bo. Do I see the big fire explosion too, as it happens?
Oh, you saw and heard the distant.
Whitestone saw the fire.
4th of July, man.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I hope everyone's okay. Please travel or be with them. And I'm gonna start running towards the docks.
Okay.
In disguise.
The guards have now pulled you all to your feet and have begun to apply manacles to your hands. Not anything too aggressive, but for the purpose of safety and to maintain the order within this community, they're particular and careful. They also go onto the deck, and you see beginning to collect the bodies of those that were killed. Bouldergut is inconsolable and furious, and it takes a few guards to get her to calm down. Avantika's having a conversation with a couple of the guards. You guys are being pulled away from the docks towards the city, and as you are brought towards the edge of it, one of the guards who are currently adorned a little better than the rest have a brief discussion, and you overhear one of them say, "Hold tight. Apparently, someone's going to get the Plank King." So, while you guys are all waiting and you're going to convene with the rest of your troop,
I'm not gonna join them.
right, but go and find the
what's
vicinity.
going on, yeah.
And there are many looky-loos on the on the edges of the shipyard here, and the docks make up probably a third of Darktow. Before you actually get to the edge of the cliff where the city itself is built on different areas and platforms, and the streets all kind of rise at a perpetual grade as it is embedded in the side of the cliff. But there are folks that are looking over to see what happened. Usually, this kind of stuff does not go down within the city. And you can see people are excited and kind of worried and making up their own stories and what they saw. And one of them is like, "It was crazy, a demon fell from the sky and slammed into the boat and it was intense." And, it's already, the rumors are going crazy.
It was a Gwar concert.
Essentially, that's a 7th level spell. Summon Gwar concert.
I'm nudging people. Did Avantika finally do it? Did she finally do it?
Oh, she's still trying?
I always heard she was gonna stage a coup. Did she finally stage one?
If I could take 10 minutes of this time sitting manacled to cast prayer, if enough of us are within 30 feet of each other, if I can.
You can probably all, they do kind of round you up. However, as soon as you begin to make any physical action towards spell casting, it's only vocal? Mm-hmm. Verbal?
It's only verbal.
And
I tell them.
You tell them you're gonna cast the spell?
I'm just gonna be healing everybody. It's just a thing that.
Oh, spell casting. Don't want any funny stuff.
All right, that's fine.
Are they taking our
Can I see how hurt people are?
They have after manacling taking your weapons, and they're kind of and the individuals are carrying their side. Not yours. They couldn't find yours.
I wonder why.
But they have your crossbow, and they've taken your shield and your staff.
Am I within range of everybody? Could I be in the crowd, near everyone?
There is a small perimeter being held, but you could get probably within 20, 25 feet or so of them.
All right, then if I'm within 30 feet, I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing on my buds.
Okay.
What? On your buds?
On my buddies.
Make a performance check to see how subtly you can. No, let's be deception. Make a deception.
A deception check. Okay.
Come on.
All right. Well, I hope those people are gonna be okay. They look like they're pretty hurt there. Some of them look like they're bloody, and that one was burned.
As you begin to subtly try and sneak your verbal components of your spell into discussion, one of the guards goes, "Aye, sorry, we're not making sure there's no sort of casting this close to it, if you don't mind."
Makes sense. I just saw someone hurt. I was trying to help out, but if they don't want it, then I ain't gonna do it.
It's best not to get involved. Terribly sorry about that.
I want to hear more.
No, that's it.
This is what you get for counterspell.
He's just telling everyone, please hold tight, don't worry. We're taking care of it.
It's just a cheek caress and
So anyway,
not even a kiss goodnight.
About 30 or so minutes pass for the rest of you. You, as you make your way up the steps, now kind of like trying to jaunt, you manage to catch up to the armored fellow who kind of now acts as the tip of the spear, essentially. So now you're flanked and to the front, although the flanking has to shift as the space for the steps ascending to the throne roost get only wide for one person at a time. But you are being held at that point. You make your way up to the throne roost, to the shelf of stone, and there you see, standing at the edge, is the Plank King himself. Blackened curls still dangling around his massive Goliath head. His long coat kind of billowing slightly with a bit of wind that's whipping around the side of the cliff face. The fog is like slowly burning off of, the morning fog is burning off of the nearby reefs, and you can see a little bit further out. At this point, the sky itself still kind of dull gray. Looks over and goes,
"That was quite the display, wouldn't you say?"
And the guard goes, "Right, sir, one of them, we found at least someone running from the bit who says they have information for you." He goes,
"Oh yeah, no, I recognize this one. Step forward."
Sup?
"So, what's all this?"
What, the display you just saw, or this?
If you don't mind, tell me what's going on.
I think you just won the lottery, friend. And I toss him the book.
Flips to the pages.
This is gibberish.
I know. Luckily, one of our crew members is smart enough. And he deciphered the whole thing. In there, you'll find everything you need to know about the coup that Avantika has been planning. Whispers about wanting to rule the sea. She's been worshipping an outer worldly being called Ukatoa, left over from the betrayer gods.
And he kind of glances through the paperwork, looks at you, give him a sly grin, and goes,
"And you, newcomer into these waters, spent less than a day amongst our people, and have already attacked and stolen from one of our own as well."
I didn't attack. She attacked us first.
"Well, we'll see what she has to say to defend herself as well. Hang tight with me here, with these men. The rest of you, get the rest of your guard. Bring her friends and bring Avantika and who else survived that massacre.
You're gonna trust the things that she says? You'll see a U burned into the deck
I
of the
don't
ship.
trust anyone. And I trust more those I've mistrusted for years than those I've only come to mistrust and know right now. So, we'll see where it all lies. Be patient. If what you say is true, then we've got all time of the day."
You have time to read that book right now?
Oh, I don't read a fucking piece of this. But I've got a few friends who are more of a page-turning type.
Hey, you came to me, though. Why?
Because I wanted to see if he'd actually do something. Remember, we don't turn on pirates here.
And what do I get when I'm right?
If you're right, then I'll judge you based on the fact you broke our law as soon as you got here, and I'll weigh it versus how positive this tells me. If it's not enough, well, maybe you and Avantika will find yourselves out there on a pike of warning.
How about we strike a deal right now? Because when you go down there, you're gonna see murdered crewmates and a U burned into the deck of that ship from where she was trying to summon Ukatoa.
Make a deception check.
Oh God! You crazy motherfucker.
17?
Okay. Kind of nods a bit.
So if you think you can trust anything that she says before you get into the details of that book, details that we've already deciphered as we've been on the seas with her for quite some time, and the betrayal that we have seen.
So's this one.
And he snaps his fingers, and you see a cloaked figure step out of the shadows. The same cloak that passed you on the stairs the night before.
Right.
Jamedi?
It's Jamedi. Hood pulled back. Nigga.
Is he with us or?
I like Jamedi.
Jamie does not like her.
At which point, the planking steps up towards you, now looming over you. A good 2.5 feet of height on you, his imposing presence, wide like a mountain. Glancing down at you with a grin, you can smell his early morning breath of rotting teeth and whatever he had the night before kind of pulsing from his grin. And he goes,
I have to say, for someone so small, you've got some serious balls.
Thanks, it's not the first time I've heard that.
And if you survive, I'm sure it won't be the last. All right, let's go see your friends.
Hey. I want a boat. And safe passage out, if we're correct.
If this is right, let's hope you didn't blow up too much of her boat. It'll be yours.
Deal.
If it's enough.
The guards now turn and kind of like gonna spin you around and push you back down the stairs as the Plank King follows behind, Jamedi keeping a close watch. He goes and shouts something off to the side. He goes,
Salon! I'm gonna need your brain for this one. Come on.
and you hear a voice go, all right, I'm coming! And Solon, S-O-L-O-N. Come around the corner, you see what looks to be a human man, probably in his late 50s, early 60s. A bit of an unkept puff of a chin goatee. His hair, thinning in this big widow's peak, gray to white. These big spectacles around his eyes, and what looks to be this like tattered, thin mustache that's attempted to be curled into a handlebar, but it seems to have split in places and is not very well kept. He has this big green cloak that's kind of wrapped around his shoulders that is so much material and billowing so widely it makes his head comparatively look much smaller. And he's just like clutching a bag and he's getting his stuff. Just wait here, I'm getting my stuff. And they just keep walking, and eventually you see him try and catch up from behind. You take it this is probably what the planking was referring to as his bookish friend.
Do you think? Yeah. He's the fighter.
As you guys are all patiently waiting here, looking amongst yourselves, is there anything you wish to do, or are you just succumbing to hope? The hope that Jester, Beauregard, and or possibly the Plank King comes to situate this. Eventually you see Avantika brought up from the ship in manticles as well.
Well, I've noticed that they're not letting any of us cast anything, correct?
No, they shut that down.
Then no. I would do mage armor, but
This is basically a short rest. Is this what this is, or?
It's not quite long enough to be a short rest.
I know. It's the same thing.
Actually, you know what? No, I'd say it's about an hour of short rest. I give that to you.
Bless you, mercy.
For the travel of Bo to the front and the rest of the guard to get there, for the planking conversation, for him to descend the throne roost and make his way through the city to the docks, yeah, that's over an hour.
Then, in these circumstances, I would dismiss Frumpkin from the material plane and bring him back on my shoulder, so he's with me.
Okay. As Frumpkin appears on the shoulder, one of the watch goes, "Oh, where'd you come from, little one? Didn't even see you come in." And kind of begins scritching Frumpkin.
He's friendly. That's my pet cat.
Doesn't even talk to you. Just looks at Frumpkin. Oh, he's a cute little kitty. We don't get cats much on this island. It's good to see one. Wonder what ship you came aboard.
Really bad thoughts. Okay.
Eventually you notice, as the crowd begins to part, you see a number of the guard, a few of the bodyguards that you had seen previously kind of sitting amongst the shadows of the throne roost when you first arrived the night before. You guys came roaring into this town. You definitely did. And there you see Beauregard being flanked by 3 guards, one better armored than the others. And then there, stepping behind that, the looming figure of the Plank King. He approaches.
So, not here but 24 hours and you've already made a mess of our little home, have you? I can see the flames from my roost. My crowsmen tell me they spotted you walking aboard the Squall Eater and assault Avantika, one of our own. Apparently a few of you fleeing into the city. No, I have my misgivings about trusting anyone. But I'm far more likely to toss in with those that I've mistrusted long enough to at least know where they stand. I don't know a fucking bit about all of you. So, my other friend, and he points towards Jametti, who's now in the back, and the rest of you see, says that you've all come in with her lot, not but maybe 2 weeks back. And that not most of you have much of an experience on the sea. Not but one. The rest of you still haven't quite found your legs on the waters. I'm gonna ask you right now, what brought you out there to mucking with the pirates' deals? Speak up!
We understand your distrust. We are new here. And we only beg your patience as we prove ourselves before you. Avantika and her crew are up to foul deeds. Our friend Bo here, I trust, has shown you her journal.
He reaches back in his pocket and goes, "Oh, right. Here," and gives it to Solon, who goes, "Oh, all right. This is not a language I really know.
There's a cipher in the front.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's wedged into the back.
Oh, and he takes it and pulls it out and looks at it. Oh, fuck me. This is,
Yeah, it's pretty good work, right?
Sir, with all due respect, it's going to take me a long while to go ahead and do this. This is,
I told you.
This is elaborate.
Yeah.
We think there's already some work that can just be checked if that speeds it up. I mean, that should just
The Plank King goes, shh.
Oh, yeah.
You said there's some special parts here of looking to overturn me or something. What pages are that at?
That is, excuse me, I am the one who deciphered this. That is near
He's
the
our
end.
Solon.
Solon goes like, oh, I'd very much like to have a conversation with you.
As you will, if that is welcome here. But yeah, the bit about her being a traitor to the Plank King and wanting to rule over the entire sea and have the Plank King, I believe the words, if I remember correctly, because my memory is spotty, bend the knee.
And you point out the space where that was.
Near the end, yeah, right here.
Thumbs through and he goes,
it's complex.
Okay, well, oh, great king, give me a bit of time with this, if you don't mind. He looks around. Everyone's kind of looking at him. You notice at this moment he glances around and sees like the dozens and dozens of eyes locked on him, and he starts getting a little nervous. You see a little sweat drop on his forehead, and he kind of adjusts his glasses again and starting to fog a bit. He goes, just pops down and starts like going through and pulls out paper and a quill, and he kind of just sets up in the middle of the dock area and starts going through and point by point deciphering and translating each part of the cipher over to one of his empty pages.
Great King, if we may, time we have.
That we do.
You are certainly, it's at your whim that we serve. I think it would be only fair to ask that we remain under guard while your compatriot here translates that text.
Oh, we're standing right here.
Fair enough.
You still haven't answered my question. What brought you to these waters? Why did you throw in with her lot?
And you see now they're bringing Avantika forward with the rest of you.
Well, we're from Wildmount and hired mercenaries from the Empire. I'm with a secret order of the monks from the Cobalt Soul, known as the Expositors. Avantika has been a person of interest that we've been wanting to investigate for some time, and I was sent to do that. So unfortunately, our business has nothing to do with you fine folk here of Darktow. It only has to deal with Avantika. She's disrupted our shores enough. We decided to investigate.
Where does your allegiance lie?
My allegiance is completely separate and isolated from any persons here. My allegiance is with the Cobalt Soul.
Does Eisner make a deception check? I'll say with advantage because you did drop the Cobalt Soul. In particular with the Blank King, that has meaning.
I would like to read her as well.
Oh,
Inside
sweet
check.
baby. Oh, sweet baby.
Yes, for you.
22.
The Blank King kind of nods and goes,
My voice is shaking. I'm so nervous.
22 for me.
yeah, you just barely see through. There's a hint of truth, and there's a hint of not so true. It's a half truth.
It's a Caleb season. Caleb season. Go away, Ford. Go away. Go away.
This lies are half truths.
The Blank King nods and goes,
The archives. I've had some dealings.
So you have your library card.
Not much of a reader. But your folk have done good work for our interests in the past. So, it's the woman of the hour. What have you to say about yourself and these strangers that come waltzing into our little haven and causing all sorts of ruckus, murdering your crew and making these claims against you? Known you for years.
and Avantika, hand behind in shackles, goes, well, you can see her face, though you can see the bits where like dirt, sweat lines have made their way across and down her, the sides of her chin and jaw, looking intently at the rest of you with a forced smile through her teeth. There is a look of murderous rage and loss in her eyes as you have murdered a majority of her crew. She goes, well, I can guarantee that I kept no journal. They came to me at sea with discussion of perhaps coming and joining my crew, looking for means of aid and gold. And they began to talk of this strange entity, this Ukatoa. Well, I followed suit. I wanted to make for some kind of alliance. I kind of found particular interest with one of their individuals, and she looks over towards Ford. But it seems such a romance was merely just another way to try and toss me to the proverbial wolves, or marrow, if it will. They've now killed my crew, they've taken a number of my things, damaged my ship, and they're trying to smear my name, one who has walked alongside you and all of you fine folks for the past 10 years. Even using the memory of Vandrin against me. You hear a few voices go like, Vandrin. Vandrin raised this one. And he sabotaged his ship, blew it asunder in the middle of the ocean. And that was the last he was seen. He's already killed one of our own. Is this untrue?
Is she talking to me?
Yeah.
From the crowd, I'm gonna go, she's lying. We always knew she had it in for the question.
Plank.
All eyes are on you.
Plank King, if I may, my ears, though pointy, can only stand a certain amount of dishonesty. I would prefer to cut through the bull. There are those of us among us who can make sure that the truth is spoken here. I would beg of you to allow that to happen now.
Make a persuasion check.
Natural 20.
What?
Demon.
The Plank King gives you this very severe look, his eyes narrowed and glancing you up and down, almost piercing you with but a glance. And he raises his head with a grin and goes,
Oh, what's necessary for such a thing?
I do, and Jester does.
You do?
Yeah, it takes me literally punching the shit out of Avantika, though.
Honorable Plank King. The means justify the ends. My compatriot here will place her cobalt knuckles upon the chin of Avantika, and you will hear the truth. You need but only ask your questions again.
Be my guest.
Avantika is like, yeah, what is this,
Before she...
She's mantacled and being held by 2 guards from behind. Wow. It's auto hit.
Holy shit.
So
Go for the temple.
do you have a key point left?
Yeah, I have all my key points left.
Yeah.
More or less.
Our history.
All but one. Yep.
All right, what's the DC on that?
9, I'm assuming, which is 14. Hang on. Features and traits.
Yeah, whatever your DC is for all of your monk stuff.
Oh my god.
Monk stuff.
Extra, yeah, 14.
14, okay.
Yeah.
It's a wisdom save. No. That's a natural 8. Natural 8 plus 4, 12.
That's
12.
a lot.
So all these different hits and pressure points are hit, like under the chin, that area, another to the sternum, and then another that clocks the temple, and Avantika just, oh!
They are unable to speak a deliberate lie for 1 minute, and all charisma checks have advantage.
Intimidation checks?
Charisma.
Oh, charisma checks, yeah, persuasion, everything else, that's right, yeah.
My Nagata.
Make sure you just tell the Plank King it's a limited time engagement.
Okay, so she's like, oh.
You have 60 seconds, but I have more knuckles.
The Plank King steps forward.
Avantika, is what they're saying true?
And she goes, glances aside. Doesn't respond. He leans forward closer.
You can speak a lie. You know,
Tell me,
you don't have to have the truth.
Silence speaks volumes.
is what they're saying true? Is that book containing passages where you're looking to take this island for yourself?
Her eyes look away. She just looks down at the rest of the dock. He leans in real close, pushing his forehead almost to hers.
Look me in the eye, woman.
Oh my god!
And she just doesn't meet his gaze.
By the power of the revelry that surrounds me, let this be a lesson to those who would work against the words we swore to each other on this land. And may your memory be besmirched for the few days it's recalled.
And he reaches forward and grabs Avantika by the throat and lifts her up, and she's like fighting against it. Just kind of lifts her and looks her.
I hope you see God, whatever it is very merciful on the other side.
And just breaks her neck with one hand. Her body goes limp in his grasp, and he throws it to the docks.
Don't worry about the cipher.
And Solomon goes,
It's actually quite interesting. I'd like to continue.
Yeah, and also
Fine.
I worked the night on that. It's very interesting.
And it's very well done. I'm honestly very taken aback by it.
You and I
Your
will get
penmanship is quite good as well.
I have
breakfast.
a sample of the penmanship here if you want to see some more of it.
Oh, certainly. He starts taking it. At this point, the plane goes,
Take her up top. She'll be the next on the pike. As for the rest of you, you've pulled out a conspiracy. I'll give you that. You've also snuck your way into the revelry under false pretenses. You've broken our laws within but a day of being presented with them in multiple ways. And that's a serious offense. So, hear my judgment upon these folk. You are hereby banished from Darktow. Take the remnants of the Squall Eater as your own. Take whatever, and he looks over towards the rest of the crew you hired, who are like,
Poor fuckers.
they have had a terrible few weeks here. Except for Orly, who's sitting there kind of smoking a pipe. That his one eye goes,
Stone cold killer.
He is so stoned.
Take the ship you've thereby damaged. Limp your way beyond the reefs. We're going to burn the colors of that ship. And should you ever return to the outskirts of the Drag Shallow, we won't hesitate but sink you to the depths below.
That is beyond a generous sentence.
Unshackle him. This stands immediately. I hope you have enough supplies in that boat to last you the rest of the journey.
We'll be fine.
We'll make do. We will leave with great haste.
Good. To the archives at the Plank King sends his regards.
Will do, good sir.
Now fucking go!
Before everybody gets on the boat, can I run over to the docks? Because I'm not shackled, and I try to find the jewels that I dumped off the docks.
okay, you have to dive into the water to do so.
Okay.
Okay, so you go and jump into the water. Make an investigation. No, this is to be a perception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, now.
Whoa!
Wow! Fuck you!
Two ones.
To counterbalance the rest of this game.
Wow.
Has that happened since the Walk of Shame?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
2 years
back
ago.
in the
You spend the next 5 or so minutes scrounging through silt and muck and barnacles and gathered bits of kelp and various other underwater plant life that has rooted itself amongst the rocks here. You've scraped your fingers, they're bleeding from digging through, and you find a cluster of these gems that you dropped, and you climb up out of the freezing water and find one of the nearby ladders and come up and looking at your quarry. It is a bunch of rocks.
Come on, Jester. Let's.
Well, you don't see Jester, you just see an old prospector come up.
That's right.
Out of here, prospector.
These are beautiful rocks.
You guys are ushered to the Squall Eater. Your crew is ushered to the Squall Eater.
Oh. The mist is gone. The mistake.
The mistake is still in repairs,
Yeah.
and at this
We'll
point
take
has been
this.
left behind.
We will take the bigger boat.
Take the bigger boat.
We will
Avantika's
rename it.
crew are still manacled up.
The remainder of them, yes.
Remainder.
Boulder Gut is heavily manticled and is currently guarded by 7 different guards.
Should we try and take them?
No, maybe 1 or 2 of them. Ippus?
What? They're gonna hate us.
No.
Well, we gotta have somebody to kill while we're at sea.
No. We have our crew. We do not need them.
Yeah, we got away.
And we know how to sail now. Right.
Better. Yeah, and they do.
Ish.
All right, so
A new crew.
as you guys get on this ship with your crew, the ship is damaged.
The sails are damaged. One of the masts is damaged. There's going to need some repairs for it to be fully functional. But you have to leave now.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so you take your positions at the ship. Go ahead and pull up the anchor. And make your way limping through the channel of Drag Shallow Reef, back out towards the Swavane Islands, the Lucidian Ocean. As you slowly make your way, what little bit of wind you can pick up to bring you out there. And like some of the sails are still working, so it's not you're not fully damaged, but you're not optimal.
Yeah.
You can see there are a series of these that are referred to as the war posts, that are the clusters of driftwood and these towers that are set up along the reef and on top of the various reefs that are shallow or breach the actual surface, that have cannons attached, that have flares set up and beacons that can be lit to alert Darktow. You get a better look at this time of the system they have to defend this island from the Clovis Concord and anybody else that would look to make their way via ship to this island. And you can see them at the ready, just keeping a very close eye on your exit as you slowly walk ashame yourselves out of the purview of the Plank King and to a very carefully earned freedom.
If I may, who is really good at finding shit? You two and anyone. Yeah, how about you three into Avantika's quarters and turn it upside down?
Oh, you are turning me on right now.
Not my intention, but go
Yes!
Okay. Just in case she booby-trapped this ship. Search the hull, search her quarters, search everything.
Check for traps.
I'll be doing that at
try and
disadvantage.
calm the crew a little bit and
I'll,
point out that
oh, sorry.
we're
Still exhausted.
this is all good.
Investigation is
We got away from the pirates. Everything's all right.
I'm gonna go
Make a general persuasion check for me. Just a persuasion check.
That's 15.
15, okay. You do. A number of the crew that you had hired, some of them look like they're a little scarred from the experience. But you managed to calm them down. They seem very thankful that you brought them into this mess, but you pulled them out of it.
Yeah.
And there's something to that. So some of them began to get back to work, begin to repair some of the aspects of the ship. Man.
Is Jester able to mend some of those
That's
damaged?
what I was gonna try to do. Yeah, just
a little bit.
anything that's small enough. I'm going to try to mend.
20%
small
of the
holes.
damage.
Yeah.
There are a few places, but for the most part, and it's only the one mast. You still have enough sails because it's a 3-mast ship. You can still coast the winds, but it's not going to be it's not going to be optimal speed. You'll have to get back to some sort of a port to get the rest of the sails repaired because you don't have replacement sails. The downside of the fireball.
How big
Downside
of
the
a
fireball
hole is-
and the it's a 20-foot tall wall of fire.
Yes. But the upside was so.
It was.
But you singed the other sails too.
Yeah, there's a lot of sail. Like you have
20 feet tall.
Yeah.
For 6 to 12 seconds. That didn't last more than 2 rounds.
I know, but that's a very intense.
Absolutely.
I would say comparatively.
Yeah.
You're limping on like one full mast of functionality.
Right.
And the rest of the sails are partially damaged.
Where's my idiot's guide to sails?
It's a lot of the use of the plate because how about 5 sails?
I mean, with this, we don't have to pigeon this. I mean, we know what you can do. So
Right.
Yeah.
maybe just paint the fix for it.
So just so you know,
Okay.
just so you know, this ship travels on an average pace of around 48 miles a day.
Okay.
Right now, with the damage the sails is sustained, you're close to 20. You're less than half speed on the ship with the damage it's sustained to the sails. So it's going to take you a while to get anywhere. So, but you have it.
How big are the holes? Are they just?
They're beyond
giant?
mending.
Okay.
Like mending can do little tears and things.
No. I'm not taking mending. I'm talking how big are the holes? Like.
For the ones that are damaged, the sails are mostly destroyed. Like they caught fire and burned.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I finally go to bed for like 14 hours, minor alchemy for a transmutation wizard, I am able to perform an alchemical procedure on one object composed entirely of wood, stone, iron, copper, silver, and transforming into another material, if there was damage to the mast, would we be able to shove other things in there and turn it to wood? That seems like too much.
Doesn't quite work that way, and it's temporary.
It's more spell that I could have done it, but I didn't take that spell.
Yeah.
I chose counterspell.
To be fair, I think that worked in your favor. If tonight has proved anything, if the end of the last campaign has proved anything, counterspell's always a good choice.
We're going to spend a day moving slowly, but I think we're going to slowly figure out how, between all of us, we can repair this, and I'm sure we can figure out where to get some.
This just turned into a resource management game.
Yeah. You guys have now pushed into the rest of the seafaring mist. As it takes you a while to move beyond the drag shallow reefs, the better part of the day before you actually escape the channel at the pace you're moving. The clouds are pretty heavy now. The open sky that you enjoyed on your way to Darktow has now become not a storm front by any means, but definitely cloudier skies, which as you're heading outside, you can see Yasha kind of smelling the air and be like, this might be getting close to storm weather.
Is that a good thing?
She smiles.
Oh. It's a good thing.
Continuing past into that space, repairs are being done best you can. The ship's still limping along. You make your way out of the drag shallow reef, out into open waters, and the ocean is yours.
Can I find Orly?
Yeah.
And I'll bring out the map.
Bring out the map.
Should we get
I don't have it
close
near
to
me.
like a port or something?
Or an island where
Do we know where the map is, please?
It's usually right there. I got moved for Honey Heist. That's fine.
Bobby?
Oh, is it down? Oh, there it is. It got hidden. It got moved from me.
Bobby.
But damn it, Bobby. There you go.
I sell falchions and
We have weights
I'm having an adrenaline crash.
Yeah. We survived.
Are those like little zoomy, like magnifying glass?
They're magnifying that? Where'd you get those?
I don't know.
The crew got them.
The crew got them.
That was Max. Thanks, producer Max.
So do we know if we are we making our way?
You guys have just managed to make your way out of here.
Going the wrong way. So we're going right into her vagina.
Well, that is the wild mother. She is nature, I guess.
That's fine.
I'll tell Orly. Orly, if you could help us plot a course, as damaged as we are, heading north to this
But
point.
shouldn't we get to like a port or something before we?
First. There ain't no fucking port.
Well, maybe there's something over here. Maybe he knows about something.
Maybe.
Let's ask. Orly? Maybe? Wow.
Max Headroom coming at you from the mid-'80s.
Do you wanna be some
What?
It's a good thing I grew up a stutterer.
Yeah. Matt is just barely old enough to know what that is.
Why no Max Headroom?
I said you know what it is.
No, he. It was funny. I didn't realize who played him until years later, and I was like, really, him?
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
who played him?
Oh, what's the actor? I know he took.
He was in The Stand as the trash can man.
He was, and he played the part of Job in Lawnmower Man 2.
Yeah.
Hey,
man, he had a good run.
Anyway,
we're having our good run.
Yeah.
So because this is on a trade run, and Basalt Isle is part of that, could we make port for more extensive repairs there?
It's a resource stop. It might have some repairs in your experience. It's not a major port by any means. It's more of like a small
resupply.
Yeah, it's a resupply.
We can use divination.
Canvas, at least.
We can use divination.
That's the closest thing.
You from your experience.
Divination?
Divination.
What do you mean?
I mean, like if it's been 24 hours, if once I have a long rest, I can take my morning meditation and ask the Wild Mother where we should take our if there's a place of calm for our boat.
You can do that?
I can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
man.
I would love to have you do that.
Are you doing that?
I was gonna do that. Yeah.
So to answer your question, Orly goes,
Yeah, there's a way to get that working for you. You'll all take course and head for that. Not a dangerous part of the sea.
and he goes ahead and marks it, and they said it, and you guys been making your way around the drag shallow northward towards that area.
Is that past where we're going?
It is, but we don't have any other.
I'm gonna in the early morning. I'm gonna go to the crow's nest and have a 10-minute meditation and ask the Wild Mother which direction we should be heading to find some safe harbor to heal ourselves and heal our boat.
Okay. And what, is this an ability you're using, or is it spell?
It's 4th level spell. It's divination.
Oh, you actually. Oh, there we go.
I'm using it. It takes 10 minutes, and you can be as obtuse as you'd like. You can be just a bird that flies in a direction, an insect, or whatever.
Thank you for the Shawshank obtuse reference.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Caduceus
The Wild Mother responds, which actually let me see what would be the best answer to this one. In just a second while I'm doing this. Talks amongst yourselves.
I was seeing if there's anything else I can do to I'm looking at any other spells. I'm sending this day 2 spells so we'll have food and water.
At some point, if we're talking about like business shit, Caleb is going to Bo and saying, I'm sorry. I know that this has been it's less than 10 days, but I need my cat, so I am taking my owl. I apologize.
Oh shit.
I apologize, but on a side note, so impressed. And I walk off with my little tiny 1 ounce owl, and I will take the time to turn Frumpkin, I have 2 uses left with incense, back into a Bengal cat.
Ooh.
So he can be live his best life.
I like it.
As a Bengal cat.
Bengal cat.
Alrighty.
Diplomatic
spells
cat
for day 2,
unity.
but I will save that for later because that's a
Diplomatic cat unity.
Lord.
Finally
All
can
right.
slow
So
it
you get that
down.
situated.
Yes.
Anybody else doing anything?
One fine familiar.
I'm going to.
Okay. Your answer, by the way, is
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Besaft Isle brings you safest harbor and what you seek.
Besaft.
There's a kind of a warm, gentle embrace that comes with the words, an understanding, and a familiar matronly guidance that brings you calm on the ocean seas that have long brought you anxiety. And for the first time in probably a good number of weeks, you get to walk out on that deck, take a deep breath of ocean air, and feel really confident.
Sea smells different today. That might just be the charred boat. Well, no, but no. Besaft.
You look rejuvenated. Did you say Besaft?
Besaft. We're to head towards Besaft.
You're sure?
Sure as anything.
All right then. You can let Orly know.
Hey, Orly. Mm-hmm. Know the Isle of Besaft?
Oh, I'm quite familiar.
Does that seem to be the direction that we're heading right now?
About as close as any direction gets, really. Other eye, even.
I think that might be the place we ought to go.
Make me jump around a bit, guys.
Well. We'll make sure to point this ship in that direction.
Thank you.
You?
Yeah.
On the first day we were on this boat, me and Bo and others were gonna go into Avantika's cabin and snoop around.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
so,
God.
yes, I rolled an 18 and a 19 10 minutes ago.
I
was gonna.
don't know if I rolled. I don't think
I didn't roll yet
did.
either, but I was gonna crawl in through the
want my
hole in her
rolls.
floor if it's still there.
It's still there.
To avoid any traps, and then kind of look around the door from the inside to see if she had trapped it or anything.
Okay. Make an investigation check for that.
20. 19.
No, it is not trapped.
So I'll open it and let you guys in.
I rolled an investigation check 10 minutes ago at disadvantage and rolled, and the lower is a 27. It's investigation is +8.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
The lower was 19.
Yes, I rolled an 18 and a 19.
So I'll show Caleb around the room that I've already been in.
Yeah.
To see if he can find anything else.
Okay.
And I'm
still
in
here.
there
They're
too.
still here.
Yeah. Glancing around, you find, there's her dresser with a number of outfits, coats, shirts, things that, belong to the captain that you guys get to distribute as you see fit.
I'm a vodka.
Are there any more gigantic hats?
I was gonna say teddies.
There's a few hats, yeah.
Yeah. Gigantic hats.
I mean, Avantika-sized hats, yeah.
Yes. That means gigantic.
Teddies. Hats, and teddies.
Does she have like a fragrance or anything? Like a perfume?
Chanel number 5.
I will say you do find some oils, some scented oils, but that's the extent.
I'll take
she's
those.
she's not a perfume eater.
How about that statue above the door?
Yeah, our little altar.
Yeah, what was that?
The altar's still there. The altar to Ukatoa.
The maps, the stuff behind her, charting out where she was going. Anything in there?
Yeah, you find a few other maps and things that refer to a different. We see it breaking down the different trade routes, and you see other paths breaking out. Those that try and avoid the trade routes to avoid the pirates. So there's like different paths they might take at different times of the year to try and head off people that are trying to avoid the waters that they're looking in. You find maps that deal with the path to Urukazel, and you see the handwritten map by Jamedi that was the path you guys were led through on Urukazel to find the temple. You find another map that has circled heavily the archipelago that you've already sussed out. And you find recent notes on that same map that refer to the loose area circled where your ship went down. Not that time ago.
Will we pass over that area as we're heading towards this house?
Oh yeah. Well, you'll get near that area. You can. If you want to head that way, you can let Orly know to.
I mean, it's on the way.
Are you in this room with us too right now?
Nope, I'm just asking.
But we're looking, yeah.
Okay.
So you find a lot of those materials. Yeah. You get the sense that aside from the maps, all the information she had, she kept in that book.
Caleb
Any,
go ahead.
I was gonna say any supplies list, anything like inventory, canvas on board.
You find a number of fine cheeses actually.
Oh.
You find
Chocolate dipped strawberries.
not quite.
Champagne.
All the good food was kept for the captain, and some of it's turning a little, but it's cheese.
You can just ask.
Some better treats and some sugared candies that were kept specifically just like private stash for the captain. You managed to find.
While we're down there looking around, I'm just gonna say, so it's just the three of us down here.
Yeah. I'm sitting on the bed right now.
We have some secrets between us already.
Yeah, it's been a while since just the three of us have been in a room together.
Wait a second, look at me. I'm sitting on the bed. I am a servant of a demigod.
Yep.
This is going to be very hard for Ford.
Yes, well.
Wait, you're jumping around so much.
No, we can get back to what you're talking about.
Okay.
But think about it for a moment. It's just the three of us, right? We have our heads in the same game. We are the three assholes in this group. Yeah?
I'm asshole adjacent.
She's quite pleasant, actually.
That is correct. But,
she might be better than both of us combined.
But, I'm joking because this was such a hard day, but Ford is going to find this very difficult.
Well, we're gonna protect him like we always do.
Which part difficult?
Losing his fuck buddy? It's not that difficult.
That is minimalizing what he is dealing with right now. He is trying to find a father. He has compromised himself with this woman for us, for himself, for all of our safety. It is going to be difficult for him.
Of course it's minimalizing. Have you met me?
Yeah.
Everything I do is minimalizing.
You have your pluses and your minuses.
Speaking of your pluses, the expositors? Your special forces? Is that what, did I hear that correctly? Is that what you were called?
Yeah.
Is that true? It seemed pretty true.
Yeah, what Caleb said.
It's mostly true.
What do you mean? How do you know?
Yeah, how do you know?
She is too educated. She is too in the know to talk the way she does, to be interested in just drinking and chasing our barbarian friend. She is very educated. I don't know which parts are true, but...
Well, which parts are true?
You want to take a guess?
I think you're a secret agent. I think you're on a dangerous mission, a life or death mission, to find bad guys and take them down, to get the collar and bring them into the popo or something. I don't know how it works. I'm not a secret agent. You are.
It's very romanticized. But on that note, Caleb, do you think you could recreate that cipher that you made and have one on hand?
Of course. That is easy.
I'd like a copy if you don't mind.
Sure. What are friends for?
Do you have a license to kill?
Get him right here, Nat. Just these. No, that wasn't working. No. All right. Yeah, it's a little true, but not as intense as you think.
Are there others like you?
Monks?
No, like...
Expositors?
Yeah, Delta Force.
Yes.
How do you know who's who? Do you have a sign? Secret handshake?
Kind of new to it all, to be honest.
You guys are really cool.
No. I am looking forward to getting back to the mainland, and I don't mean the Menagerie Coast, although we need to get Jester back to her mother if we can. But I am not looking forward to being here anymore. I want to get back to the Empire.
Well, speaking of time that it takes to travel,
Yeah.
are we sure that Avantika was the only one who was interested in what Uk'otoa has to offer?
Well, there is still Vendron. I have read every inch of her notes. I have communicated them to you.
I guess what I'm saying is, are we still going to be competing against others once the Plain King successfully deciphers that book?
I would imagine the Plain King would not know what to make of it. It clearly damns her. It does not give him enough information. He wouldn't know what to do with it.
It does kind of sound like a wives' tale.
Yeah, he's not a big thinker. He is formidable, but not a big thinker. I think we all have an easier time getting to this boat.
Let's go talk about it with the others, I think.
Can I be above?
A secret is safe with me.
Above deck. Can I go find Ford?
Yeah.
So that happened.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Relieved?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was worried for a moment there. I knew it was going to come to something like that, but Caleb pulling the trigger the way he did was...
Did he cause that explosion?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
He did a lot of damage.
He did, and he's very, very strong.
So now we're going to find the place where your ship wrecked. Yeah?
I think so, yeah.
You didn't get to ask them about the Vandarin, though.
No, I didn't. It hurts to see so many react to a name that only meant so much to me. But, I mean, I don't even know if he's alive. We might find him down there.
Wow. Do you think, if we find him, you'll stop talking like him?
Yeah, we'll see.
You know, I could probably send a message to the Plank King and ask him about the Vandarin if you want me to.
What do you mean?
Well, I can send him a message. The same way I try to talk to my mama and the gentleman and Kiri sometimes.
You send messages to Kiri?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Oh, just that she's really cute and that I miss her and I wish I could see her and I hope she's enjoying herself and that, you know, that I'm sorry that we haven't seen each other in a while and that we are pirates. And
Can't she respond to these messages?
she usually responds with, we're pirates and I miss you and
Go fuck yours.
sometimes, no, she doesn't say that. She says, yes, I'm very cute a lot, but you know.
Well, I suppose, what would you put in the letter to the Plank King?
Whatever you want me to.
I mean, I don't know if it's necessary. I can't think of anything as of yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll just let you know. Thank you for offering, though.
Of course.
And
Teeth are coming in.
yeah,
I saw it peek out of your lip just now.
okay, all right. Yeah. Thank you for not telling the others.
Of course, Ward.
I gotta go check on Orly.
Yeah,
make sure
I'm
we're
going to
going the right
go
way.
see if everything's mended over this way.
Mended over this way.
All right.
Put the piece of paper back together.
So it's going to take you
A bit.
about a week to get to the location that you're seeking.
The boat or the island?
To get to the island's gonna take longer than that.
Okay.
To get to where the last time you recall your ship going down,
With our shit all fucked up?
yeah, it would take shorter time. It's about 8 days or so to get there. Just eyeballing it from here, I'd say. More than that, 10 days.
Cast,
10 days.
10 days.
Can
to
we
get to
cast
the ship-
control
to the
water to get us there faster at all?
Do you have access to control water?
Of course I do.
You do?
You do?
Then yeah.
Fuck.
Maybe I can do that every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say with the control water.
Fucking secrets.
I was about to say, I might be able to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too.
Shit.
Hold on, let me see.
Come on, everyone has control water, don't they? I got it. I've just been waiting to drop it. Fucking water genasi heritage, man.
All right.
Nope, never mind. Oh yeah, I've got it
Yeah,
too.
you've got it too.
On the clear list, yeah.
It's a clear. Oh, God. D4 just went flying.
So yeah, between the two of you, it allows you a brief moment where you can actually kind of surge the water and grant you a speed boost. I'd say that'll cut 3 days off your travel. Yeah, between the two of you each day spending that slot to push it, it's like a short, really like a speedboat burst. All of a sudden, your giant, 3-mast ship is going like this, kind of speedboating across the ocean briefly.
Is it an event each day? Does like the crew come out and we all enjoy it for like,
Yeah, and if you stay inside and go,
China and
exactly.
Yeah.
And 12
Yeah, and let's go.
All right.
Stupid Bruce.
But eventually make your way to the open waters in the vicinity of Orly, kind of, goes with you each day and looks about and kind of gives you the one song. Goes like,
I'm pretty sure we're pretty dang close to that place you were asking about.
I appreciate that, Orly. Hey, Caduceus, do you have any way of, I don't know, you got those vibes, right? Feeling down and, I don't know, doing a little ping on the bottom?
Well, you're like, wait, I don't entirely understand.
I don't want to put you in a box or anything, but you seem to pick up the most.
I want to see if I'm. Oh, for the ship.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a.
That'd be a locate object sort
I've
of
got
situation.
locate creature.
I think I've got
I have locate
object.
object. Yeah, we both got
Yeah.
locate object, so we can both. Help
What
with that.
object?
Ship.
I'll summon the falchion, and I'll say, maybe try to locate this, and I'll point towards the eye. Not this eye, but a similar eye.
Give me your penis.
I'm gonna do it.
okay. It's 1,000-foot range.
It's 1,000-foot range.
And
so
as you something specific to something familiar to you.
I'm looking for a boat. I'm looking for a ship. I'm looking for just a shipwreck, not an object. And we could do object. I can do ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for his.
Okay. That's second level. And lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we can take
Yeah.
turns.
10 minutes.
Okay. And how many spell slots do you guys have second level each? So
3
each. So if you're both trading off, it's about 3 chances per type of use per day. How many days do you want to spend looking total?
For the boat?
Yeah.
How long do we have?
It's up to you.
What do we have? Unlimited supplies?
Well, these guys can summon stuff with magic, if I recall.
So the food ain't good, but the water's it's edible and the the water's.
I'd like to
clean.
spend. Let's call it.
I mean,
It's been a long.
find it.
Yeah. Like 2 days, and then go and fix the boat proper and come back if we have to.
I don't know. Maybe that's a team discussion.
Where's my looking object?
How about we spend 2 to 3 days, and then if we don't find it, we can go and repair the boat proper, or at least get the materials to do that.
I was going to say we can cast it at level 3 also, which is another 3.
If we find it, though,
You can use another slot if you want to.
Then
we
what?
go
You
down
use
there.
other slots for it as
We
well.
can't go down there. Can we go down
Sure we
there?
can.
We have.
But then we can't make a hasty retreat.
Yeah, it might be smart to have a boat that actually works.
But I guess we could do
before go down.
a recon first.
And there still begs the question of, is someone else going to come looking for this now that the Plank King...
kind of like that we're here now.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we gave the book with the cipher over.
Yeah,
so
but
if anybody else
we ripped
wants
out the
it.
page saying where to find.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All the pertinent information is also in here.
And maybe so we don't have to. Well, I would leave it to your discretion. We all have the ability to travel under the waves with great ease.
We do?
Yeah.
How?
Well,
I don't.
I have a way of making it so that water becomes like air for you down there.
Does it feel like water?
It feels a little thicker, like if you were in a really dense fog, maybe.
But it's still water.
It is.
But you can breathe it. So it's really not.
Or you could stay above if you wanted to send a message if some trouble appears on the horizon. I just hate to leave you behind on such a great adventure. There could be buttons. There could be little, I don't know, jewels, ingots, maybe little
Don't you talk
toys.
down to me. I know what you're up to.
What are you talking about? It's the bottom of the ocean. Ship
I
throw
could
people
also, full disclosure, I could help you cope with. I'm gonna go into the water for some fucking buttons.
I heard tell there was a button ship that crashed right around these waters.
Oh, the old button ship legend, really?
A button wharf.
Oh, Buttonbeard, the pirate?
Yep.
He had buttons for beards. Not the brave. Yes. We have things to accomplish here. If you allow me, I could do what I have done in the past a little sneakily to help you cope with this fear you have. If you allow me. I appreciate that, Caleb. But I've got my own way of doing it. I'll go. Is it Mike Myers?
There might be bronzed shoes, maybe little silver cups.
Ooh, those spoons?
The decoder
The
rings.
little spoons?
Yep.
The collectible
Maybe
ones?
sporks if you're lucky.
Not this guy. we're not there. We're not there yet, though. Like we're talking in advance at this point.
This is
all in advance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're coming up on the area, right?
It takes you all together with the 8 of them. It cuts the travel time down to about, let's say, 5 days. So you got time.
I'll think about it.
And I'm going to be stocking us up on food too, so that there's more than enough food and water for the whole crew.
You got it.
Cuter
With the flag painted into the handle.
plates. Those collectible plates from the. What is it? Stanford Mint or whatever.
So we're going to hang around this
Franklin
area
Mint. Thank
before
you,
getting the
Franklin
boat
Mint.
fixed. Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So, taking your time, I would like you each to just roll a base wisdom check for each pass as you go through.
You two, right?
Yes. D20 plus your wisdom modifier.
19.
Okay.
12.
Okay. Again.
Jesus.
9.
Oh, I'm doing save. I'm so sorry. Fuck, I was doing
Oh,
that wrong.
shit. I was too.
This is just check. Add your wisdom modifier.
Even lower.
I said 19, 16, and then 14, 19.
Okay. Roll again. So your third spell slot of the first day of hitting this space and scanning through.
15.
14.
Okay. And you are utilizing your memory of passage through here, as well as Orly's direction on this ocean. Go ahead and just roll an intelligence check for me.
13.
13. Okay. First day goes through. Nothing catches your attention. You pass around, and then once you make it quite past the area, based on the measurements where you think, recall it happening, for the next day you kind of make a curved turn and begin to head out to see some more land as you can to widen the perspective of your search. For the second day, go ahead and roll again.
3.
That's 3 in a row, yeah.
3 in a row.
Unless you want to use more spell slots to do
20.
more. Because you can do your third level to burn as well.
that's true.
Let's see.
20 on the first roll.
Okay.
20 on the first roll.
Okay.
Lame on the second roll.
14 on the second roll.
Pardon me. Thank you. Pardon. Thank you.
16.
You're a 3 sneezer?
19.
At least.
Should we try one last
16, 19. Let's blow another. What else are we going to do with the day?
Sure.
24.
24? Okay. And go ahead and roll an intelligence check for you as well.
Come on.
For Jordy.
Hi, Shaba.
For Jordy.
Oh.
11.
Okay. You go through the second day, and towards the end, you, Caduceus, sense what appears to be a brief moment where something ship-related catches your attention, and then is gone.
I had a moment.
You did?
Yeah.
What?
It's gone now. It was would I know direction even?
Vague direction.
But we're moving, I know.
Yeah,
so-
you're moving, so it's kind of like, all right, let's go ahead and turn it around.
Point. Caleb will know the direction.
Go ahead and turn the
north is
ship
that way.
back in the direction of where it goes. At the very end of the second day, just as dusk is starting to creep in, you make your way back in the area, and you sense another hit.
Ooh.
All right.
Should I use another 3rd level spell and try to find the orby thing?
Let's do one more.
Okay, so you're trying to find the orb. Roll a wisdom check.
I'll also join in for one more for that as well. That's my last spell slot.
Okay, you lose your concentration on the locate object.
Okay, I'm still holding the boat. Okay, that's fine.
All right, you circle around again. You've closed off a distance, but you haven't quite located the specific area yet. And you're trying to guide into a vicinity. I mean, it was hard to really remember specifically where when it's just open water and a storm blew in especially. So you get to a certain point where you're like, I'm not sure I'm being able to help. But you're starting to get something. You're not entirely sure. The divination seems to be helping, or this aspect of your locate spell. Evening comes to a close. You ride the night out. The clouds are still thick. Next morning, you can attempt again if you'd like, both of you.
Come on, you got it.
Bless or something. Do a bless.
I don't have bless.
No, he does.
I do.
Make another
Bless
intellect
us.
check for me as well.
Actually, this is a check, not a save, so it wouldn't. That's
good.
Oh, and I can't. I want to learn the cantrip guidance, but they don't know any good healers that can teach it to me.
Druids can teach you too.
18.
15.
20.
Ooh.
Okay.
Finally.
So roll again.
One last one.
This is your second spell slot. Used
19.
today.
Motherfuck. I'm gonna use a 3rd.
That was my third, is 19.
Okay.
17 plus 21.
Okay. Between the 21 and your 20 intellect and guiding the ship around, you manage to find yourself now collecting a secondary blip. Once again, on the ship, not on the eye.
Oh, not on the orb.
If you're concentrating on the orb or the ship,
I was concentrating on the ball.
on the ball, you find nothing.
I think that means it's probably not down there, but I'd still like to take a look.
Are we close? What are you telling us?
I think so. We've started to round an area that I think we could probably fan out and explore amongst the 7 of us.
I just got my cat back, but if you want an octopus to look on the bottom, you have it.
That's a very good idea.
That is, actually. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, Caleb, that would be.
Yeah, I have just enough incense to. Yeah, sure. Let's make an octopus.
How
A cat-shaped,
how
an
far does
octopus-shaped
your
cat.
octopus's connection go for?
Well, I can tell him to go look, and he'll come back to me. I can see through him for.
Yeah, but how far is your connection?
It's 1,000 feet.
Oh,
well.
To watch, but he can go and come back, and I trust him. He's Frumpkin. I pull out my book and I set it on the deck and I start working on turning my cat into an octopus.
Does this mean we don't have to go in the water?
Oh, this means we'll probably have to go to the water.
What? Why? He's got an
Well,
octopus.
Well,
An hour later, an octopus pops out if we wait that long.
there's always work to be done.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Okay, so you create a Frumpkin octopus.
Yeah. Well, we had 1 or 2 days together. I threw him off the side.
Frumpkin kind of
Yeah.
makes his way dark.
I'm gonna put bless on the octopus before it.
Okay. How long
bless
is
the
how long is lies?
It's 1 minute.
Okay.
Nothing. So I'll watch for the first 1,000 feet, but I assume he goes beyond my beyond that because it's the ocean. So he keeps going down and down and down.
Okay. Go ahead.
And maybe
But
he'll-
I will tell him to look for this wreck, for what we are looking for, and when he finds it, to come back and tell me about it.
Okay. Make a perception check for Frumpkin.
13.
13. Okay. About an hour goes by. Nothing. Roll again.
17.
17. Frumpkin goes beyond your visual range for a bit. You start getting worried. And then Frumpkin returns and is making his way quickly towards the ship.
If he's within 1,000, we have a connection.
100 foot is the connection.
100? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe he'll see Dashila.
Maybe it's 10,000.
Actually, technically,
Maybe it's 10,000.
Technically,
Yeah.
the distance doesn't matter for what you can see through his eyes. It's 100 feet.
Right,
to
we established that. I can see indefinitely. That's what we established early in the campaign with the
That's what it
circus.
says.
But I can't communicate with him.
Correct, during that time. So yeah, so actually you watch through Frumpkin's eyes as he makes his way towards finally finding the floor of this ocean. And over the second hour of his search, catches one shape that is emerging like an obelisk on the bottom of the ocean. Upon getting close enough, you can see it looks to be the front of a wrecked ship. Itself damaged and caked in what looks to be minerals, ocean floor plant life, barnacles. It appears to be a damaged ship.
Does it have a name?
I don't hear any of you.
Does it have a name?
You're in my ear. Ow!
Sorry.
And then
Oh, he has found the ship. This is a reminder I can't hear any of you. I don't want to disconnect. Don't give me wet willies.
so
I give him a wet
6 wet willies.
He wakes up, his ears are just dripping.
Okay, so Frumpkin does just a circle on it before feeling confident that he's discovered at least something of interest, and then beelines it back
Okay.
to the Squall Eater.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You are the best cat that was ever
And then
put on this planet.
Frumpkin is now there at the surface of the water, without really a way of getting back into the ship.
Oh yeah?
There you go. Back on your shoulder.
Oh, come on, come here. You are the most important member of this team. And don't let Beauregard tell you different.
So he found something.
Or not.
Do you ever feel like your relationship with your cat is hindering building stronger relationships with human people?
I've told him that a lot of times.
Okay, I feel concerned about you sometimes.
Yeah, that is so silly, isn't it? Silly, yes it is.
Tell us what he found.
Like he's a stuffed
found the
animal.
boat, not. He found the boat. He will lead us to the boat. He found it. He did it. That's great.
That is great news. Does anybody not want to join? Really? You want to stay up here?
No.
How far down is it?
It's the bottom of the ocean.
How far is that?
It's thousands of feet.
No, it was thousands.
Thousands of feet.
Thousand of feet.
It's over 1,000.
Oh, like that? No way.
Like just barely. Only from the distance where you are now.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
It'd be just under 1,000 if you were right over, but you're not entirely certain.
You have
Oh yeah, the
a
boat
method.
isn't set for that currently.
Yeah, you have a method to bring us down there?
What is this method?
Describe it to me. I've read of this. You explain it to the goblin.
I'll cast a little thought on you, and for 24 hours, you can breathe underwater freely.
That is a whole day.
But you still have to move through the water. You still have to swim through it.
Yeah, you could hold on to my shoulders if you wanted to.
Could we give ourselves some weights
Any
to get us
buttons I
down there?
find, I would give to you.
You got weight?
Concrete shoes.
Sounds terrifying.
Well, yeah, actually, we could take a few of the cannonballs.
We should
and
have
just-
weights and weight us down there.
Will the breathing underwater, will that make it to where our ears won't hurt really bad? Because I
That's
hear when
good.
you go down underwater, your ears hurt really
Yeah,
bad.
that's because of the air. They'd have
ears
to
hurt bad,
equalize.
too?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But if you're breathing water, there's no air to expand or contract.
But won't you just crush under the pressure of the water
Only if
after
you
a
go
certain point?
a certain depth, yeah. But there's only one way to find out.
No, you people have not read about. You don't understand magic. It's not like that. I want to try this.
I know, I do too.
Yeah?
Those that want to join me at the rail, and I'll jump
No,
up
wait,
and I'll
no,
sit
we
on
have
the
to get a
rail.
good night's sleep. We just used all of our spells finding this shit.
Oh, that's a good point.
Let's have them. Let's tell the crew what's up. Let's early in the morning, like first light.
It's too late though.
Down.
Ford is in the water.
Are you making breakfast?
Didn't
I'm
cast
always
it,
making
just going
breakfast.
All right.
I'm not even going to use the weird plants.
I'll get up for Caduceus' breakfast.
I've been putting that weird fruit in everyone's food for a week now, by the way, just so we're clear.
In minimal amounts?
Like,
or
wait, the
full
stuff you
dose?
found in
I'm
Uruguay.
just kidding, but wouldn't that be great? That would be amazing. It's just been micro. Everyone's been like, just like,
There was no battle. There was no battle with Avantika, man.
We're not on the boat. We're like in the sand. Like,
There's no Nevin.
We're sitting in your mom's sitting room right now.
So you look up at like on the side, and there's like the planking and Avantika looking at it. He's like, "Where'd you find these people?" All right, so you guys have another night's rest.
Yeah.
Oh, good idea.
As you wake up the next morning, it is raining.
That'll do.
There appears to be a small storm making its way in there, and
Are the
from
fish out?
Hmm?
Fish always come out when it rains.
Well, once you make the ocean, you'll find out.
Okay.
You do know noticeably Yasha is energized with the coming of the storm. And seems to be in more of energetic spirits than you're used to seeing of her. You guys complete your meal for breakfast. You gather your supplies. What are you going to do?
I'll leave Orly in command while we head under. And to complete this spell, I'm going to need everyone to hold hands in a circle.
I would like to sing a little kumbaya song and refresh everybody on the diver's grave, which is where we are.
You're gonna sing the Diver's Grave song?
Kumbaya, the cursed woman.
Dashilla the dreadful.
Kumbaya, Dashilla. Dashilla with
Do we need to have
claws
the
that
rights to that
grasp. I gotta hope not.
And a hungry eye.
She's got a hungry eye, and with lantern light,
Deshilla, the cursed woman. Treasures in her eyes.
This is nice.
Cool.
I am
Deshilla, the
casting mage armor
cursed.
during whatever the fuck this is.
Okay.
That was good.
I'm just saying there's
Did you
gonna be
give
like.
us anything for that? Did we get like bonuses or did we just
No,
get to hear you sing?
that was Keyleth. Sorry.
It was literally just bow singing. That's
Just me trying to do.
Well, while it's happening, because it was such a good song, I will cast underwater breathing on all 7 of them.
My song was that good.
All right. So, all of you now have the capability for the next 24 hours to breathe underwater. Your lungs feel heavier than they do while you breathe air. It's unique. There are no gills spout from the side of your neck per se, but the air itself seems to have almost like a weight to it. You're like, it's still breathable air, but it's just the process seems to have changed a bit, and it's
In preparation for this, I went and I gathered a few sandbags, kind of took some burlap, filled them with.
There's no sand to fill them with out in the ocean, unfortunately.
Cannonballs?
Okay, yeah, sure. I got the 8-pounders.
Clear that with me.
Brought out a few 8. But look, I'm the barrel person.
As a note too, when the Squall-Eater came to port that night in Darktow, was resupplied with cannonballs on board.
Okay.
And for those who are keeping track, which would be
Me.
you, the ship currently has a cache of 30 cannonballs.
Nice. And how many are you taking?
Well, we could just use 4 and have 2 people hold on to the same cannonball.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Not and I are sharing one.
Okay. So you maneuver the boat slowly also closer to where Frumpkin saw, because when Frumpkin found it, it was at an angle away from you, which is how it was just out beyond the range of 1,000 feet. Right. Moving over, it's probably close to 700 feet below.
So Frumpkin is like pinwheeling in front of all of us, leading the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't suppose we have 700 feet of rope on this ship, do we?
Probably not.
We have a anchor. It can only go down so far,
That's
though. I don't know
true.
how.
How far does the
probably
anchor
not
go?
700 feet of chain.
200 feet, 100
Yeah,
feet.
it's not going to go that far.
No. Ships don't go to anchor in the
Middle of the ocean.
They just float.
If you're ready, take a seat on the rail and I'll hop up and put my butt out
It's going
towards
to
the
be
sea.
dark down there.
Do we have light spells?
I don't.
Yasha does.
I do.
Okay.
Dancing lights, you cast light on.
On my staff.
Yasha casts light on
I
her
need a
sword,
minute.
Magician's Judge.
You need a minute?
I'm gonna drink heavily.
So
Actually,
you
this
to
is weird.
the,
I'm
to the
casting
point where you are
light on
To the
intoxicated.
point of
Right, yeah.
intoxication.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that's important because I switched the transmuter stone away from dark vision, so I cannot see in low light. So it's got to be guiding lights for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Sprinkle out of my hood
Oh, smart.
and
This
say,
poor little. Is it better over the days that they've been able to spend with you since Darktow? But this ferret's been through quite a few experiences. and-
SFL.
You're like a super ferret. You're like the strongest little animal I've ever seen. I mean, really.
Scarred for life.
Here's a loud noise.
Scarred for life.
He's skittish as fuck.
Yeah.
Orly,
He's a rescue.
Well, I can't remember which night it is anymore. I'll throw a check.
What hump?
do you like weasels?
It's a weird opener.
It never ends well. There's no right answer to that question.
I have a weasel and I don't want to take him underwater.
Water weasel.
You watch as Orly's head kind of like retracts into the shell slightly, like with this look of.
Orly.
Marius steps up and goes like, I'm happy to look after him. I'm actually been quite a while since I've seen a bit.
Wait, who's that?
Marius the Paul, who you've dragged all the way from Nicodranas.
But he's got like a good tan now and some
Yeah,
like
I know.
scars.
He
His
looks
clothes are
pretty
kind of
dashing.
fucked up.
He's like Guy 3.0.
Yeah.
He does look a little more ocean wearied, like as prim and proper and put together as Marius was at Nicodranas. It's definitely rocking more of like a Pirates of Penzance thing going on.
Colors are faded.
He went from level 2 to 3.
Yeah, there you go.
Doing good.
You'll take good care of him?
Of course.
If you don't, I will know. And I will give you a tattoo. If you do take good care of him, though, I will give you a better tattoo.
Are those the only options?
I mean, if you want.
Okay. Hello.
He likes to eat fruit. He likes to eat cheese. He likes to eat bugs.
Right.
I think we only have the one food that you've
He
been
likes
creating
it
on the
if
ship.
you talk to
We have
him.
bugs and cheese.
Yeah, we got bugs and cheese.
Okay. Well, come. Let's get you some cheese. And now that's my hands you're peeing in. Okay.
We always got bugs and cheese, man.
Carries them off. All right. You gather your supplies. You gather your cannonballs.
Oh my god.
And on the count of 3, when you're ready,
right now.
you'll lean backwards off the rail and fall into the water.
when you're ready.
Ooh.
So as it stands, the cannonballs are smooth, solid metal. How are you bringing him down with you?
There's a couple
We're gonna
options here.
hold on to this side.
Well, we kind of want to be able to carry them, so if we have like some small bags, maybe.
Rope or chain? Oh,
Like if
yeah,
we just
yeah,
put them in
yeah.
a bag that we can hold.
That can be done. You do have a few sacks.
They're iron, right?
Yeah.
I would say that with not piggybacking, Caleb would take his dagger and transmute it into iron to meld with the cannonball and grip it that way. Wow.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm gonna hold mine in a bag.
So as you place the dagger against it, there's a brief moment where the dagger seems to shift energy, and you just kind of slip it inside of it, and at that point, the handle is now solid with the cannonball. So one cannonball has a handle. Cool. Another one, a sack around it. Actually, a few of them you can put sacks around
yeah.
it. So.
You want to share a cannonball, Jester?
Sure, Ford.
Okay.
Cad, you and me. What's Yasha doing? Is she coming with us, or is she invigorated by the storm?
She gets her own cannonball because
Yeah, she's coming with you.
Yeah.
Copy.
Yeah, she's just like that. Just holding it like a beast.
Yeah. Globetrotters.
Yeah.
She goes.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
You splash and break the surface of the ocean as you all begin to sink slowly beneath the waves. The light begins to get darker and darker, darker the further down you pass. The shades of green-blue begin to turn to like a deep green-brown. And even that light begins to fade, just having the few bits and points of light that you are bringing along with yourselves towards the bottom of the ocean.
I try to catch Not. How is she doing?
Eyes totally closed.
Are you breathing well? I just
Not has not taken a breath yet, actually.
International sign for breathe.
And you get to a,
Can't see you.
you get to a point, Not, where your lungs hurt so much you cannot help but breathe in. And there is a moment of panic as suddenly water rushes into your lungs, and that nightmare you've had many times kicks in. And
Actually, that means go down. And
it takes a little bit to adjust, and anxiety is still spiked in you, but you begin to find yourself breathing water in and out like thicker air, but still air, and it's more comfortable than you expected.
Can we talk down here?
You can.
We can.
It doesn't have the same volume you do above water, which means you can cast spells underwater without issue.
Can.
Yes.
Okay.
Same as you had before.
Okay.
You know, it carries,
Vibration.
it carries vibration, and sound travels far, but it loses enunciation at longer distance. But you can hear voices longer.
And there are 4 globules of light
that game.
just sort of slowly circling around.
And
the
chords
group.
going.
Women, get it back to the service. I mean, will kill you.
Can't do that.
Oh,
That's pretty good though.
Oh, wow.
oh, this is gonna be awful.
Well, listen, as long as we were down,
Cannot do that joke anymore. That joke is past.
Your feet find the bottom of the ocean after minutes. 10 minutes. Who knows how much time has passed? It seemed longer than you expected until eventually you hit the bottom of the ocean.
Look up. What do I see?
You see the faint bit of light above, where it marks where the sunlight is hitting the waves, but it's an impossible distance from you from this perspective. There are heavy, slowly shifting arms like waving tassels of kelp and sea vegetation, just slightly drifting and moving with every faint bit of water that gets maneuvered through with each wave and push as it goes. And you could feel it kind of move you a few inches, and you have to readjust as each one kind of pushes through.
It's like another world.
And you realize that there shouldn't be waves this deep necessarily.
Where are they coming from?
And you kind of glance over and watch as what looks to be a large creature, is not that far away from you.
I cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us.
I dimmed the light.
On me.
Can't see anymore.
Okay. You hear a faint.
Oh no.
And glance over to the left and can see what looks to be a whale making its way through the water about 50, 60 feet from you. Not with a.
Oh, yeah. My goggles
You're
on,
good.
by the way.
I'm blind. And are you blind?
Waters.
He still has the light. You can still see, like, Caduceus and Yasha still have the light on their weapons.
My weapon kind of glows, but I did snuff it down, so I was just waiting till we knew that we were okay, just to sort of. And I moved my light over to him because.
And the whale just continues on, slowly moving, not really acknowledging your presence. And you can see what looks to be two other smaller whales alongside it.
Oh, baby calves.
All right.
Hey. So,
Technically, they can understand me.
everyone make an investigation check. Well, it's to be perception. Underwater. Perception, yeah.
Disadvantage.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Natural 1.
19.
9.
9.
14.
At disadvantage?
No, just me.
16.
And roll for Yasha as well.
5 for her.
Oof. All right. Overall,
19.
overall party, not so great. It takes you a little while. It takes you about 2 to 3 hours of searching the bottom of the ocean. Your stomach's kind of, you're starting to get a little hungry again from all the strenuous activity of like moving and dragging these cannonballs with you to keep you weighted down so you can step across the surface. You come past some deep sea corals, some beautiful colorful visions, and schools of fish kind of scoot and coast around. And at one point, they kind of swarm past you, and you feel them kind of tickling past your torso before they skitter past. Eventually, this lift begins to descend into like a small bowl, or at least a point where the shelf begins to head in a downward direction at a decline. And within the next 15 or so minutes of traveling in that direction, you see the outline of a familiar ship.
Push forward towards a point and start to swim.
All right. As you all kind of gather in behind Ford, making your way in the direction of this long-forgotten shipwreck. We'll pick it up there next week.
Wow.
You'll find out next week.
What a game.
That was a good session, guys.
One of the best ever.
What a
So many great games.
God, so I went some interesting places. There's a few number of scenarios there that
Holy.
didn't happen.
Fucking random.
A
number of
Great
scenarios that
setup.
didn't happen.
Yeah.
I feel like there was so much more on that island that we did not.
So
There's a lot
much
more on that
There
island.
was Allison, and there was shit alleys, and there was all kinds of
Hey
fun
man,
stuff.
there was a ton with
Just because
Jester's
we've been
mom.
banished doesn't mean we're never going back.
We keep pissing
Well,
Oh, I'm so sorry. Like a cop said, you're trespassing, and now we're just never gonna trespass
Well
again.
said. Well
My
said.
God.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
we're not,
no
because we're
skateboarding
law-abiding
here.
citizens.
That's right.
I was
We
gonna
don't
say,
endorse.
No.
when you go into a convenience store and it's got the "Have you seen this person?"
Yeah. This campaign is
Do
a
not
social
serve this person.
experiment. For sure.
Oh yeah,
now.
this is
For
very.
sure.
This has gone in really interesting, fun places. Well, thank you guys. I'm excited to pick this up next week at the shipwreck. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, I missed this. Like it's 2 weeks off, and suddenly it was like,
All the data.
yeah, no.
We were freaking out all for 2 weeks straight. We were freaking
You guys
We were
had
actually
some
testing
good solid plans.
on
That was some good
Thanksgiving.
stuff.
Yeah, our plan was okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah.
Die?
That was entirely worth the amount of data it took up
worked.
on my phone.
It worked.
I think all anyone ever asks is for slight improvements in our planning over the years. Slight
Yeah,
improvements.
it worked.
Yeah.
Man, like
Partly.
most of D&D is about plans that go fucking tits up the minute you try and talk about it. Everyone's like, oh, they plan so terribly. I'm like, every D&D game, everyone
plans terribly.
It plans terribly. You know, sometimes plans go great. Those are the ones you remember when you compare it to other people. It's all great planners. Remember that 2 times over the past 18 years we've played where our plans went great? Those are the times we'll always bring up and judging other people's plans.
This was it.
Yeah, everyone has good plans every now and then. And more often than not, plans go pretty shitty. And that's fun. But anyway, thank you all for coming and watching along with us after the 2-week break. Thank you, D&D Beyond, for being amazing friends and sponsors. We'll see you in a week. And remember, we love you all.
Is it Thursday?
Wow.
You did this.
Yeah, I did.
This is you.
Sorry. I'm so upset. Take it away, Matt.
Is it Thursday? Good night, everybody.